A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all-old-time radio.
This I believe. That phrase, the New England tradition, means many things. In the life of Bradford Smith of Shaftesbury, Vermont, it has meant a sincere, simple faith in men. Educator, Guggenheim Fellow, writer, Mr. Smith makes his beliefs a blend of his background and his eager outlook on the world.
What is belief good for? To me, of faith, a belief is good only when it leads to action. Like most Americans, I have a strong strain of pragmatism in me. I want to see results. My faith starts with existence itself. The created world is fashioned with such incredibly perfect design, from the motions of the stars to the harmonizing motions within the atom, and the beauty expended even upon every transient snowflake, that I am humbly content to be part of the force that fashioned it. To be a part of this magnificent creation, to be a healthfully functioning part, is a big job for a man. Because if you have this reverence for life, you are impelled to do something about it. You want to use every minute, every bit of energy, every talent of that portion of life which is you. You want to use it to the best advantage for yourself, your loved ones, the neighbors you know and those you don't know, in this suddenly shrunken world where all men are neighbors. You want to use this creative energy, too, for those who will inherit the world you leave behind. Isn't this immortality enough for any man? The knowledge that by the works he does, he can leave his impress upon the world forever. No matter how small that mark may be, and whether for good or ill, it is there, a stain or a glory upon the universal picture for all time. If I had to find a name for my belief, I would call it creativity, a faith in the immense fecundity and beauty and productiveness of life itself, and an urge to enhance the happiness which lies waiting for mankind if we use to the fullest the capacities with which we are created. When I was a child, I used to lie on the green grass and look up into the endless depths of the sky, trying to grasp the thought that there was no end to the blue space up there, that it went on forever and ever. But I think we need not worry too much about the infinite. It is a part of the grand design of creation, too, but it is beyond our grasp. Let us attend to that part of creation which lies within the human orbit, and we will be doing our bit toward the infinite. I believe very strongly that no individual is a whole person within himself. I believe that he finds fulfillment and satisfaction only within the life of the groups to which he belongs, the family, the neighborhood, the world. Therefore, I believe in sharing with my neighbors what I have to give them and what they have for me, in the plain country neighboring of our Vermont community, in forums, discussion groups, social service, politics. In order to have something worth sharing, I also believe in the necessity of a healthily exercised mind and body, and in the refreshing and recreating gift of music, both heard and played. I believe that democracy is the political equivalent of my faith in creativity, for only under its guarantees can human creativeness be fully exercised. And most of all, I believe in the power of love as the personal expression of creativity, the renewing, binding force by which we overcome the terrible loneliness of the individual person and start the building of that firm chain which binds us from the smallest physical cell of our bodies through all the larger organisms of our personal relationships to the great and shining wonder of a world which is a universe, that is, a world made one through an emergent, constantly evolving pattern. I stand, therefore, with all men as my brothers, in the arena of an infinitely promising adventure.
That was Bradford Smith, author of the recent book Bradford of Plymouth, a biography of his ancestor, a Puritan governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Proud of his heritage, but uncynical of his fellow men today, Mr. Smith obviously believes that the principle of give and take is neither trite nor unimportant.
Hey, Casey, wait up a minute.
Annie, what are you doing here?
I was just about to ask you the same thing. Say, did you get a phone call, too?
Yeah, I just got the tip to get down here to the Blue Note right away.
Yeah, so did I. I wonder what it's all about.
Search me.
Well, come on in. Let's go and find out.
Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. You hear that?
Yeah, the police car.
Look down the street. There it is. It's coming this way, too.
Something must be up there really traveling. It's stopping here.
Logan.
Captain Logan.
Casey, Miss Williams. How'd you get here so soon?
What do you mean? What's up?
Can't I go anywhere without you two beating me there?
Oh, so you got the tip, too.
Yeah. I got a call to get down here to the Blue Note and fast.
Well, maybe the criminal's still in there.
Let Logan go first, Danny.
Yeah, I'll get my gun ready. Now, follow me. Stand back when I open the door.
Everything's quiet. No music. No piano.
Let's go in.
There's Herman Chittison by the piano.
Look at him. He's not moving. Somebody must be holding a gun on him from behind the bar.
Woof, woof. 1, 2, 3.
You hear that?
Woof, woof.
It's Ethelbert.
Hey, Ethelbert must have gone crazy.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe a dog bit him, a mad dog.
Woof, woof, woof. 1, 2, 3. Woof,
Look, there he is. Near the back of the bar. Hey, Ethelbert.
woof, woof. 1, 2, 3. Woof, woof.
Look, there's a man back there with a bag of tools.
That's the crook. Stick him up, you. I got you covered.
Hey, wait a minute, Captain Logan. He ain't no crook.
Well, who is he?
He's Bill Pearson, the engineer the Columbia Broadcasting System sent over to put on this microphone.
Microphone.
Yeah, this little thing here. That engineer told me to keep saying woof 1, 2, 3 into it. That's what they used to test with.
Oh, Ethelbert, so that's it.
What is this, anyhow? What's going on around here?
That's what I'd like to know.
Why, didn't Tony Marvin tell you?
Nobody tells me anything.
Oh, here he comes now. Hello, Mr. Marvin.
Hiya. Hi. Hello, Casey, Miss Williams, Captain
Hi,
Logan.
Tony.
Uh-huh. Say, am I late, Ethelbert?
No, you're just on time, Mr. Marvin.
On time? Well, what's he on time for?
The broadcast.
Broadcast?
Oh.
Yeah, now, look. Let's have some of that Blue Note music, Herman, sort of get in the mood.
I still don't get it.
Well, look, I'll tell you. You see, our sponsor, Anchor Hawking, is having a convention today, and they all want to meet you. So we're going to broadcast from the Blue Note here directly to Lancaster, Ohio.
So that's what all this microphone business is about.
Yep. And now here's the setup. I'm going to introduce each of you to the boys out in Lancaster, and I want you to say hello to them. Say, have you got the line through to Lancaster, Bill?
All set whenever you're ready, Tony. Wait just a second.
Huh?
I want to comb my hair.
Hey, you don't have to do that to broadcast, you dope.
No?
That's when you're having your picture taken.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, here we go. Hello, Lancaster, and all you good people of the Anchor Hawking Glass Corporation. This is Tony Marvin speaking from the Blue Note Cafe. We have most of the members of the Crime Photographer cast with us, and I'd like to introduce them to you. First of all, I'd like you to meet the fellow who plays Casey, Stotts Cotsworth, a great actor and a great salesman for Anchor Hawking.
Thank you, Tony. How do you do, Anchor Hawking? Well, this is kind of a surprise to me, but all kidding aside, I'm mighty glad to have this opportunity to talk to you. I wish I could be with you out there in person. Well, I guess the only thing that I have that most other salesmen for Anchor Hawking don't have is a chance to call regularly on 35 million people.
That's right. Crime Photographer is reaching regularly more than 1/4 of the 140 million people in the United States.
And the way I figure it is that practically all of those people are prospects for the containers and closures that Anchor Hawking makes and that you fellas sell. The people that I call on may not buy by the carload or even by the gross, but their everyday purchases of foods and beverages and medicines and household products packed in glass and sealed with Anchor Hawking caps are what make it possible for manufacturers to buy containers and caps by the carload. And remember, your Crime Photographer program has barely gotten started. We've been building up slowly to the time when we'd have a real selling job to do. Well, as I understand it, that time is here.
Right, Stotts. That time is here. Competition is back. People are shopping around for things again. They're not just buying what they can find.
Well, I suspect that goes for manufacturers as well as the people we talk to directly on the radio. That situation calls for selling. Selling against other types of containers and against other manufacturers of glass containers and metal and molded closures. You can count on us as radio salesmen for Anchor Hawking to do our level best to try and keep up with the swell job that you're doing as direct salesman for Anchor Hawking. Now, if Tony Marvin will let me, I'd like to present our leading lady, a charming actress and a charming person, Miss Jan Miner, who plays the part of Ann Williams.
Thanks, Stotts. Although I've talked to a lot of people over the air, this is the first time I've ever talked to a sales convention. But I'm awfully glad to be here. And hello, Anchor Hawking. The part of Anne in Crime Photographer was originated by Leslie Woods, one of the finest actresses in radio. And not so many weeks ago, she got herself married to a young architect and sailed for Europe. All of which is by way of explanation why I am on your program, Crime Photographer. And it's really wonderful for me because Crime Photographer is not only one of the absolutely top shows now on the air, but we all believe that it's going even farther. And as Stotts Cotsworth told you, we reach regularly more than 35 million people. And that's a little awe-inspiring. It gives us two great responsibilities. One, to give those people clean, decent, and amusing entertainment. And two, to get sales results for our sponsor. All of us feel these responsibilities deeply and shall try never to let anyone down. And now here's Tony Marvin again.
Well, I'd like to add that Jan Miner herself is one of the loveliest girls and one of the finest actresses in radio. And now, here's the host of the Blue Note Cafe in person, that rare philosopher, John Gibson, whom you know as Ethelbert.
Hey, Ethelbert, you're on. You're on.
Yeah, Casey. What do you have? Your usual?
Ethelbert, we're broadcasting. Tony just introduced you. Where have you been?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, what? Oh, I was just back opening a bottle of beer for Captain Logan.
Oh, so the lug couldn't wait. Here, Ethelbert, can you reach the mic? Say hello to the anchor hawking folks out in Lancaster.
Yeah, Casey, I can lean over the bar. Hiya, fellas. What should I say?
Anything. Go ahead.
Well, let's see. Oh, yeah, I want to say that any time any of you is in the vicinity of the Blue Note Cafe, I hope you'll stop in and let me set 'em up on the house. We got milk, if you like that, and then we got that cool, pleasant beverage that comes in the new one-way bottle I've been hearing so much about. And I want you to know there's only one kind of beer you can buy here, and that's bottled beer.
Hello, Ethelbert.
Hello. Oh, hello, Grace. Shh, we're broadcasting.
Well, why don't you call her over to say a few words, Ethelbert?
You think it'd be all right?
Sure.
Grace? I guess she's gone on back to the... Oh, they don't want to hear her anyway. Oh, yes, what I wanted to say, there's one point no one has mentioned so far, and that's how much fun we get playing together every week. That's what some people call teamwork. Now, take Herman Chittison, our pianist. He has his own program on the air every Saturday night. He makes a lot of records, and you have to pay $2 for a scotch to hear him at the nightclubs. But he started out on the air here at the Blue Note. And he's such a loyal guy, and he likes it so well here that you just couldn't keep him away. You want to talk some more now, Mr. Marvin? I guess that's about all I have to say.
Thanks, Ethelbert. Yes, we still have to hear from Bernard Lenrow, known to you people at Anchor Hocking and the radio audience as Captain Logan, chief of the homicide squad. And now that he's finished that bottle of beer, how about a few words, Bertie?
Yes, Tony. I do want to add my greetings to the Anchor Hocking Convention. And I'd like to take this opportunity to say that all of us of the Crime Photographer program will do our best to keep Anchor Hocking the most famous name in glass.
Thanks, Bernard Lenrow, and thanks, everyone. Say, Stotts.
Yeah, Tony.
Have you got your camera with you?
Oh, have I, Tony?
Well, look, while we're all here together, why don't you take a picture of us, and we can send some copies of it out to Anchor Hocking.
Sure, that's a good idea.
That's a swell idea, Tony.
Stotts, you've got a self-timer on your speed graphic, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you can get in the picture, too.
Oh, don't worry. I'll get in it, Tony. Look, why don't we all get over here around the piano? Herman can be playing, and we'll all stand around him.
Mm-hmm. Right. Look, I don't know if you people at Anchor Hocking know it or not, but Stotts Cotsworth is quite an amateur photographer in real life as well as playing a photographer on the air. So while he's setting up his camera, why don't we listen to a little music from Herman Chittison? It's all yours, Herman. Well, I guess Stotts has that picture by now. So this is Tony Marvin saying goodbye on behalf of John Dietz, the director, Alonzo Dean Cole, the writer, Archie Blyer, who conducts the Anchor Hocking Orchestra, and the entire cast of Crime Photographer, Anchor Hocking's own radio show. Literally, thousands of housewives have asked us for a Fire King oven glass roaster big enough to take a good-sized leg of lamb or a rib roast of beef, sturdy yet beautiful, as is all Fire King oven glass, and priced for people who know a bargain when they see it. Well, here it is, the new Fire King oven glass covered roaster. You can watch the roast without lifting the cover, and this special kind of oven glass comes clean in a jiffy. You'll find the Fire King oven glass roaster tomorrow morning at your favorite chain, variety, hardware, or department store, and its price is incredibly low. Yes, this big Fire King roaster, complete with cover, costs only $1 in most parts of the country and only a few cents more west of the Rockies. It's well worth a special trip to the store. You'll recognize it immediately by its pale blue color, and I know you'll be glad to hear that, like all Fire King oven glass, this big new roaster is guaranteed for a full 2 years against oven breakage. Fire King oven glass is a product of Anchor Hocking, a great name in glass. I hope you had a dinner tonight as delicious as the one I had before I came to the studio. Here's what happened at my house.
Really, Dorothy, I don't know when I've tasted such delicious roast beef.
Oh, thank you, Mother.
I hope I can take some credit for teaching you to cook.
Oh, I do give you all the credit in the world. But some credit has to go to my new kind of roaster.
A new kind of roaster?
Yes. It's made from that wonderful Fire King oven glass, the heat-resistant oven glass Tony tells us about on the Crime Photographer program.
Oh.
Why, it absorbs oven heat so thoroughly and evenly that it's almost impossible to make a mistake.
Well, I should think it would be an enormous advantage to use glass for roasting, because you don't have to lift up the cover to see whether the roast is browning.
Yes, and not only that, this special kind of glass comes clean in a jiffy.
Was it very expensive?
Oh, I should say not, Mother. It cost only $1, complete with a Fire King oven glass cover.
Yes, that was one of the most delicious meals I ever ate. And here are a few more things Dorothy and Mother were talking about. This new Fire King oven glass covered roaster is guaranteed for a full 2 years against oven breakage. It's as attractive as it is sturdy and dependable, yet, as Dorothy said, it costs only $1 at your favorite chain, variety, hardware, or department store, and only a few cents more west of the Rockies. Fire King oven glass roasters are now available only in limited quantities, so I would advise you to do your shopping early tomorrow. And remember, Fire King oven glass is a product of Anchor Hocking, a great name in glass. I have something here in the studio tonight that I wish every one of you could see. It's a complete set of the new Fire King tableware, and I can't begin to tell you how really beautiful it is. It has an attractive bullseye pattern and a delicate pale blue color. And like your old friend, Fire King oven glass, this new Fire King tableware is heat resistant. And the most important point, I haven't even touched on. You can buy service for 6 people for only $3.85, and only a few cents more west of the Rockies. 6 cups and saucers, 6 fruit dishes, 6 salad plates, 6 soup plates, 6 big 9 1/4-inch dinner plates, a large vegetable bowl, and a platter 12 by 9 inches. Of course, it's not necessary to buy a complete service. Individual pieces of Fire King tableware cost as little as 10 cents. Yes, I certainly wish you could be here to see this amazing bargain for yourselves. Well, the next best thing is to go down to your favorite chain, variety, hardware, or department store and see it there. Fire King tableware and Fire King oven glass are both products of Anchor Hocking, a great name in glass. Now, let's listen in on a conversation which occurred earlier this evening.
Why, Mary, what a lovely dinner service. Is it something new?
I just got it today, Peggy.
So many of our old plates and cups have been broken. And up to now, it's been almost impossible to find really attractive dishes to take their place.
Oh, well, this is certainly lovely. I like the pattern and that pale blue color.
And as pretty as it is, it's also heat-resistant, which is certainly going to be a help.
Is it expensive?
Oh, absolutely not. Why, this entire service for 6 costs only $3.85.
These young housewives, like thousands of others today, were talking about the sensational new Fire King tableware. A Fire King tableware service for 6 includes 6 cups and saucers, 6 fruit dishes, 6 salad plates, 6 soup plates, 6 big 9 1/4-inch dinner plates, a large vegetable bowl, and a platter 9 by 12 inches. And the cost is only $3.85, and only a few cents more west of the Rockies. Of course, it's not necessary to buy a complete service. Individual pieces of Fire King tableware cost as little as 10 cents. See them tomorrow at your favorite chain, variety, hardware, or department store. Fire King tableware is a product of Anchor Hocking, a great name in glass. We've told you a lot about Fire King oven glass, how much time and trouble it saves in the kitchen, how beautifully it dresses up your lunch and dinner table. Well, tonight I'd like to talk about a very special Fire King bargain you'll find right now at your favorite chain, variety, hardware, and department stores. It's a big 2-quart covered casserole with a special Fire King oven glass server or serving tray for use in the dining room. The server has 2 convenient handles. It holds the casserole firmly in place with no danger of slipping, and it protects your table from the oven-hot casserole so that it eliminates the inconvenience of table pads. Now, like all Fire King oven glass, this big casserole and server are guaranteed for 2 full years against oven breakage. And here's the best news of all. The cost of this special 3-piece set, including cover, 2-quart casserole, and server, is only $1, and only a few cents more west of the Rockies. You'll find this 2-quart Fire King casserole and server ideal for buffet suppers as well as for other meals. So why not plan next Sunday night's supper around a big casserole dish baked in beautiful, inexpensive Fire King oven glass? Fire King oven glass is a product of Anchor Hocking, a great name in glass. And now, may I introduce a young lady who, like most of us today, is out shopping for a bargain.
How much is this Fire King casserole?
Do you mean the 2-quart size with the cover?
Yes.
Well, that's a special right now. It costs only $1 complete.
What do you mean, complete?
Well, the price includes not only the casserole and cover, but also the convenient server, which you can use as a serving tray. It keeps the hot casserole from harming your table.
Oh, I see.
It's made so the casserole won't slip. And you'll notice the 2 handles make it easy to carry baked dishes directly from the oven to the dining room.
And it's genuine Fire King oven glass?
Oh, yes, ma'am. And it's guaranteed for 2 years against oven breakage.
That's one of the greatest bargains in years. And because it is such a bargain, I suggest you go to your favorite chain, variety, hardware, or department store at the earliest possible moment to avoid being disappointed. Remember, the price is only $1 and only a few cents more west of the Rockies. Fire King oven glass is a product of Anchor Hocking, a great name in glass. Now, let's look in on a suburban home where 2 young women are discussing last night's bridge party.
Bill and I both had a marvelous time, Dorothy. And your beer and ale certainly made a hit with the men. Well, thank you, Jane. Where did you find those marvelous-looking light beer bottles? They're absolutely new, but you must have heard about them. They're the new one-way, no-deposit bottle everyone's talking about. You mean you don't have to make a deposit on them? No, and you don't have to return them to the store. But that isn't all. Do you notice how compact they are? Yes. Well, they take up practically no room at all in the refrigerator. And, my dear, they chill within a matter of minutes. Well, they're certainly attractive and easy to pour from. Yes, and of course they're glass, which is very important to me. Oh, I wouldn't dream of buying beer or ale in anything but glass. Neither would I, because I know that glass won't contaminate taste or flavor. Son of a bitch.
To make it.
Wouldn't you know? Oh, we gotta go hurry.
Well, let's see.
I'm glad you did that because I was playing. Did that because I was playing. Did.
Our story will continue in just a moment.
This is Del Sharbutt with a message of special importance to you people of California, Oregon, and Washington. We're the first people in America to get a lot of the good things of life. And not the least of these is the amazing new one-way, no-deposit bottle for beer and ale. Right here in California, practically every leading brand is available in the new one-way, no-deposit bottle. And its popularity is rapidly spreading into Oregon and Washington. This new one-way bottle requires no deposit, no return to the store. It's as light as a feather and so compact, it wastes none of your precious refrigerator space. And yet it holds just as much beer and ale as an ordinary bottle. It's the perfect companion to take along on a picnic. And it's at home on the finest table in the land. And remember, it's made of glass. Glass that brings you beer and ale the way it's meant to taste. The way good brewers want you to enjoy it. Beer with no foreign taste or flavor. For better tasting beer, demand it in bottles. For convenience, demand your favorite brand in the new Anchor Glass one-way, no-deposit bottle. A product of Anchor Hocking, the most famous name in glass.
You and this house detective went to Solano's rooms right after you phoned me at headquarters, Mr.
Me for a rap in the hot seat.
We'll join the crowd at the Blue Note in just a moment.
This is Del Sharbutt, back again to say how glad I am that our fine West Coast brewers have been so quick to give us the new Anchor Glass one-way, no-deposit bottle for beer and ale. It means so much to all of us to enjoy a cool glass of beer at its best. Everyone today knows that beer tastes better, far better, when it comes to you in a glass bottle. For glass never gives beer any foreign flavor. Here's a glass bottle that has all the advantages of glass, but none of its disadvantages. It requires no deposit, no return to the store. Enjoy your beer in a glass or drink directly from the bottle. When it's empty, throw it away. This new one-way bottle is light and sturdy, easy to carry, ideal for picnics, and it takes up amazingly little room in your refrigerator. For flavor, demand beer in bottles. For convenience, demand your favorite brand in the amazing new Anchor Glass one-way, no-deposit bottle. A product of Anchor Hocking, the most famous name in glass.
It was funny, Casey, how Solano was finally got for murder.
Here's the first really exciting news about coffee since the original vacuum pack was announced many years ago. Beechnut coffee, yes, your old friend Beechnut, is now available in a new kind of container. A glass container, sealed with a brand new kind of cap, which protects flavor and freshness not only before you open it, but after you open it as well. This new cap is known as the press-on cap, spelled P-R-E-S-O-N, press-on. Now, with the new press-on cap, the flavor of Beechnut coffee is sealed in a complete vacuum, yet you can open the glass container in a matter of seconds. Simply insert the edge of a dull knife or the end of a spoon under the lid, and pop, it comes off instantly. But that's not the most exciting part of the story. When you have measured out the coffee you plan to use, you can reseal the glass container with the new press-on cap by a slight pressure of your hand. In fact, you can hear it snap back into place, sealing in all the rich goodness of this fine imported coffee. Here's coffee at its best, beech nut coffee, brought to you at the peak of flavor in a crystal clear Anchor glass container with the revolutionary new press-on vacuum cap. Anchor glass containers and press-on Anchor caps are products of the Anchor Hocking Glass Corporation, a great name in glass. Here's the first really exciting news about coffee since the original vacuum pack was announced many years ago. Beech nut coffee, yes, your old friend beech nut, is now available in a new kind of container. A glass container, sealed with a brand new kind of cap, which protects flavor and freshness not only before you open it, but after you open it as well. This new cap is known as the press-on cap, spelled P-R-E-S-O-N, press-on. Now, with the new press-on cap, the flavor of beech nut coffee is sealed in a complete vacuum, yet you can open the glass container in a matter of seconds. Simply insert the edge of a dull knife or the end of a spoon under the lid, and pop, it comes off instantly. But that's not the most exciting part of the story. When you have measured out the coffee you plan to use, you can reseal the glass container with the new press-on cap by a slight pressure of your hand. In fact, you can hear it snap back into place, sealing in all the rich goodness of this fine imported coffee. Here's coffee at its best, beech nut coffee, brought to you at the peak of flavor in a crystal clear Anchor glass container with the revolutionary new press-on vacuum cap. Anchor glass containers and press-on Anchor caps are products of the Anchor Hocking Glass Corporation, a great name in glass.
This, I believe. Brigadier General Bryce P. Disk entered the United States Army as a private 55 years ago. He served in the Philippines during the insurrection, capturing Aguinaldo's southern commander and his troops in 1901. He saw active duty in both world wars. He is now retired, a farmer. Here now is Brigadier General Bryce P. Disk.
I was born into a devout Christian family. To my grandparents, God was a personality particularly interested in Christians. To them, he was mostly concerned with good or evil behavior of man, and used threats of punishment to keep humans decent. Whatever God looks like or what he is, I accept him as the creator and operator, just as the navigator accepts the North Star as the eternally reliable guide for his course. I have observed the cloudless firmament at night in many parts of the world. I believe that only an all-complete, omniscient, and omnipotent entity could conceive and regulate such a galaxy of universes. The inventions of man in the past 50 years would have been regarded by my grandparents as miracles of divine initiative, but I believe they came about because of the advance of man's capacity to think. So I believe it is only natural that as man acquires more knowledge and makes good use of it, he should rely less on faith and more on reason. I have lived in many parts of the world. More than half a century ago, I came to believe that God has the same interest in Mohammedans, Buddhists, and Jews as he has in Christians. Their religions are in most important respects the same as mine. I believe God has planted in all humans a sense of right and wrong. It is human to strive to have the principles of the Golden Rule and the Ten Commandments guide us in our relations with one another on this earth. The doctrines of all lasting religions portray that. In that direction lies a way of life that is best for humanity. I believe in the immortality of the human soul because all of my experience and intelligence compels such a belief. Nothing that I know of in nature can be destroyed. Certainly the human soul or personality is a very real thing. Its effectiveness transcends anything of tangible matter that I know of. Therefore, since all nature is eternal, it seems reasonable to me that the soul, being a part of nature, is eternal. Regardless of any stake in immortality, one is compelled to the conclusion that life on earth is good to the degree that people live under their rules for good human conduct. It is my belief that a religious nation, one which bases its human relationships on justice and the golden rule, will be stronger and outlive one that does not. The history of civilization bears testimony to the correctness of that view. Such a life makes nations fit, and in nature the fit survive. Whatever I deeply believe is the end product of an honest effort to use fully the faculties that God gave me. I know only what I see, and I believe those things that an unemotional and rational mind can believe from the evidence of experience. The basic rules for human conduct which we find in all religions grew out of human experience, reflect the distilled wisdom of mankind, and I do not need to believe that God used one or another method to announce them as divine law. Nevertheless, I do not disbelieve. Whether the Christ story is true or not is not important to me. The important thing to me is that reason, instinct, and experience all tell me that never before or since has as fine, full, and practical a way of life been laid before the human race as that enunciated by Christ. I believe that no other rules of human conduct promise as much in the way of comfort, peace of mind, and happiness during our stay on this earth.
Those were the beliefs of Brigadier General Bryce P. Disk, holder of the Distinguished Service Medal.
Crime does not pay.
Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy, darling, how can you even think a thing like that, much less say it out loud?
Because it happens to be true. You heard them tonight.
But they weren't talking about you.
Now you're trying to protect them. You're my girl, aren't you?
Jimmy,
or are you?
Sometimes I just don't recognize you at all.
Well, then take a good look, Diane. Because I'm the guy who never got overseas during the war. And everybody's been laughing at me ever since.
In the interest of good citizenship and law enforcement, we present Crime Does Not Pay, based on the famous Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer series of short subjects. In just a moment, you will hear For He's a Jolly Good Fellow, starring John Beale. Now, Crime Does Not Pay, starring John Beale as Jimmy Lodge in For He's a Jolly Good Fellow. What makes someone murder? There aren't many motives, and this crime is committed much more often by amateurs than by professionals. Perhaps that's because there is so little profit in murder. Man or woman raises his hand against his fellow over love, greed, revenge. In the case of Jimmy Lodge, it was revenge. Revenge for a fancied injury. Actually, Jimmy had the kind of life everyone envies. Plenty of money, good looks, education, and a lovely girl to whom he was to be married. Typical of Jimmy's life was one evening at the country club. It was spring. No one had a care in the world.
I couldn't say the same thing anyway. Sure.
Jimmy, I think this is the best Saturday night ever.
Yeah, well, I'm glad, darling.
Diane, dear, have you and Jimmy set the date yet?
Well, not yet, but soon, Anne. Very soon.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we're keeping it a secret, but very soon. You think I want to wind up a bachelor president of this club like Martin here?
Hey, young fella, what's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing, I guess. Only Diane will be a lot prettier to have around than that solemn-faced housekeeper you as Mrs. Krakauer.
He's got you there, old man.
Hey, that's my favorite. Our favorite, Di.
Are we dancing, darling?
Oh, no, I feel too good to dance. I'm going to sing.
Attaboy, Jimmy. Give out for us, will you?
Sure thing. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, Di.
Enjoy yourself, darling.
Hey, guys, mind if I take a chorus? time on my hands, you in my arms, nothing but love in view. Then if you fall once and for all, I'll see my dreams come true. Moments to spare for someone you care for, one love affair for two. With time on my hands and you in my arms and love in my heart, all for you. Thank you, one and all. I bow. And now, if you'll excuse me, take it, Gus.
And I don't know, Martin. Exhibitionism has a variety of motives.
Well, personally, I never could stand a show-off.
A show-off is a show-off, that's all. Well, you know how it is. Some people just never grow up.
Darling, you were wonderful. Simply terrific.
Oh, not bad. Not bad at all.
You'll do, son. You'll do. Oh, will I? Even if I am an exhibitionist and a show-off?
Why, Jimmy, you a show-off? Of course not, Jimmy.
Well, now, look, Jim, I don't know how you...
Whatever made you say that, Jim?
You know, as well as I do. Come on, Di. The party's over.
Jimmy, please.
Well, it's over for me. It isn't much fun when you hear something you're not supposed to hear. And this isn't the first time either. Well, are you coming, or do I go alone?
Jimmy, where you got this idea, I'd like to know.
Oh, he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny. Yeah, except everybody does, behind my back.
Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy, darling, how can you even think a thing like that, much less say it?
Because it happens to be true. You heard them tonight.
They weren't talking about you.
Oh, now you're trying to protect them. You're my girl, aren't you? Or are you?
Jimmy, sometimes I just don't recognize you.
Now, well, then take a good look, Diane. Because I'm the guy who never got overseas during the war. I've been laughing ever since.
So that's all the ridiculous ideas.
Ridiculous? Just wait. You'll see how ridiculous it is. When I get even. Laugh at me behind my back, Lily. They'll laugh on the other side of their faces after I get even. If they can laugh, then...
Next, please.
I'm next, I guess.
Yes, sir.
You have a box available?
Here's your application. Now, fill it out, pay the fee, and I'll give you your key.
Thank you.
Pen and ink at the desk, sir.
Post office pens. Well, here goes nothing. Name, Jack Lyons. 3343 West 63rd. City. State. Fee paid. Purpose. Purpose. Would they be surprised if I wrote down purpose? Murder.
I don't get it, Martin. I just don't get it.
It's not that we haven't touched a servant or anything.
No.
All our help has been with us for years.
Well, I'm sure my Mrs. Krakauer isn't writing anything like that to me. Oh, it's some crank or other. Let's forget it and have fun.
Sure.
Well, I think you'd be scared.
Oh, now don't you worry, too, Diane. Martin's right. It's some crank who was kept out of the club or something.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, hello, Jimmy. How are you?
Jim.
Hello, Jimmy.
Di?
Well, kiss him. Go ahead. We don't mind.
David, stop it. You're embarrassing them.
Embarrassing me? The jolly good fella? Not a chance. Di, darling, your lips, please.
Well,
Thank you, darling.
Nothing like young love, I always say.
Yes, it is.
Why don't you ask Jimmy? Maybe he'll have an idea.
What, Ann? Ask Jimmy.
Yeah.
Oh, about the letters.
Uh-huh.
What letters?
Martin and I have had threatening letters.
Threatening? How?
Oh, the usual thing. I'll get even for what you did to me. You know I got even while you're dying.
Even? For what?
Who knows?
You got one too, Martin?
Oh, yeah, sure. Exactly the same. Typewritten. No return address, of course.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, well, some crank, I guess. Why don't you just forget about it?
That's just what we were saying. Music. Well, wife, we'll dance with husband?
Don't mind if I do. See you later, people.
Diane?
No, thanks. Not now.
Say, look, will you excuse me, youngsters? I promised myself I'd be home and in bed early tonight.
Oh, yes, of course, Martin.
Well, it's very early for you, isn't it? What will the club do without you?
Oh, it'll run itself one night anyway. Good night, Diane. Jimmy.
Good night, Martin.
Yeah. Good night.
Jimmy,
Yes, darling?
did you write those letters?
Oh, what in the world gave you that idea?
Jimmy, did you?
Oh, don't be foolish, sweetheart. Well, if I wanted to do anything about getting even with those guys, would I write a letter about it first?
You're home early, Mr. Prendergast.
Yes, I am, Mrs. Krakauer, and I'm going right up to bed.
Yes, sir. I'll go to London, too, sir. I have a small headache.
Taking anything?
No, sir. I thought maybe an aspirin just before I get into bed.
Oh, well, we'll do better than that. There's that package that came for me this morning, that headache powder sample. You know where it is, Mrs. Kay?
I put it in your medicine chest, sir. Wrapped just the way it came.
Well, fine. You just trot on upstairs, and I'll fix your dose. I hear that's pretty wonderful stuff. It's been nationally advertised. Have your writer's rain in the morning. What is that? Mrs. Krakauer, is that you? Where am I slipping? Yes, sir. Where's the light? Never can find anything in a hurry. Yeah, that's better. Here they are.
Prendergast. Mr. Prendergast.
Miss Krakauer, what's the matter?
My feet.
Well, Mrs. What in the name of heaven is the matter?
It's so... I can't stand it. Something's stabbing my stomach. Stomach. Doctor, please.
Yes.
Doctor.
Yes, sure, of course.
Hello?
Dr. Rudolph?
Yes, Rudolph.
This is Martin Prendergast. Can you come over here right away?
2 in the morning. Is it serious?
Well, it seems to be. It's my housekeeper. It's quite sudden. She's in terrible pain and complains of itching feet. I don't understand.
Oh, I'll be right over. Try to give an emetic at once. I'll be there as quickly as I can.
Well, Doctor? She better?
I've done everything possible, Prendergast.
Well, then she is better.
She's dead.
Why, I can't believe it.
And you'll have to. It's a fact. A terrible, meaningless death.
Well, I'll have to notify her family. There's a brother, I think. You'll attend to the details for me, Doctor, will you please?
Details?
Well, I mean like the death certificate.
There won't be a death certificate. Not tonight, August.
What? Why not?
Because I won't sign it. Your first call isn't to her family, Prendergast. It's to the police. Your housekeeper had all the symptoms of poisoning by strychnine.
In just a moment, Crime Does Not Pay will continue with For He's a Jolly Good Fellow. Now we continue with Crime Does Not Pay, starring John Veal as Jimmy Lodge in For He's a Jolly Good Fellow. Martin Prendergast obeyed Dr. Rudolph automatically. He called the police and then Mrs. Krakauer's brother. Within minutes, 2 patrolmen from a radio car were in the house, and shortly thereafter the homicide detail arrived, Lieutenant Hank Rollins in charge. The routine matters were taken care of, and then the lieutenant turned his attention to Mr. Prendergast.
Well, then, Mr. Prendergast, do you have any reason why your housekeeper didn't want to commit suicide?
No, none at all, Lieutenant.
Did you have any such intention?
Of course not.
Then why, sir, was there a legal quantity of strychnine in this house in such a peculiar place?
What?
We haven't had the contents of the bottle analyzed yet, but the doctor was positive. Says the strychnine was in a bottle of a headache preparation he found on the next to the woman's bed.
Well, then I gave it to her myself.
Mr. Prendergast, are you confessing to a murder?
No, I'm not, but I gave her the bottle from my medicine chest.
Where did you get it?
Well, it came in the mail. Like so many of us do. You know.
Ever opened before?
No, not even unwrapped. The paper must be still in the wastebasket. I opened it for her last night.
It was addressed to whom?
To me, of course.
Mr. Prendergast, is there anybody who wants to kill you?
Oh, naturally not.
Everybody's always so certain about that. Never even had a threatening letter from anyone?
Well, now that you remind me, yes. I did, just a few days ago. Something about getting even.
Do you have that letter? And the wrappings from the package the bottle came in?
Well, the letter's here in my desk. The wrappings
Yeah,
are...
I've got them. The wastebasket, as you said. Interesting. Post office box return address.
Well, they all have that, usually.
Yes, I know.
And here's the letter. Well, Lieutenant?
This is interesting. Notice the similarity in the typing on the label and the letter. Mr. Prendergast, you're certain that none of your close associates harbors a grudge of any kind?
Oh, that idea's ridiculous.
Perhaps not. Look, I have a lot of detail in this case today. Reports, autopsy, all that, but I'll appreciate it if you'll invite me to your club tonight as a guest, without mentioning that I happen to be part of the homicide detail. You do that for me, Mr. Prendergast?
Diane, this is Hank Rollins, a friend of mine from out of town. Hank, Diane Lawson.
How do you do, Mr. Rollins?
How do you do?
And Jimmy Lodge, Hank Rollins.
Lodge?
I don't know you, Mr. Rollins.
You look tired, Martin.
Well, I am. I wouldn't have come here if it weren't for Hank.
Well, you took off early enough last night.
Yes, that's why, I guess. Mrs. Krakauer, my housekeeper, died at 4 this morning.
What?
Oh, no. She was such a nice person.
A call for Mr. Rollins, sir. I took the liberty of bringing the telephone. Yes, that's right. Plug it right in, Ricardo. Thank you, sir. The call for Mr. Rollins on here, please. Here you are, sir.
Thank you. This is Rollins. I see. Yeah, I understand. Doctor thought I should be called, huh? Very well, we'll be right over. I think we'd better go, Prendergast.
Go where?
Your friend David Maxwell is dead. Poisoned. Strychnine. Let's go over there, shall we?
But why? Why my David, Lieutenant?
That's one of the things we've got to find out, Mrs. Maxwell. Just one of the things.
And strychnine, cyanide at least as merciful.
This conversation isn't helping Anne any, I'm sure.
Oh, if it'll help catch the devil who killed David.
We'll get her, Mrs. Maxwell. Now, if you feel up to answering a few questions.
Anything.
You say your husband took some headache powder?
Yes.
What?
It came in the mail yesterday morning.
In the mail?
Well, why do you... Martin, you didn't get some, too.
He did, Mrs. Maxwell. Tell me, did you get a threatening letter also?
Well, yes, you'll find it over
I
there.
have it here. And the wrapping from the bottle.
Well, that's just like mine.
Yes, isn't it? Same post office box. Even the same typing. Notice the open part of the E clogged with dirt. The I is out of line. The A has no top.
Yeah.
Well, one thing is clear. The same person tried to get you both. He missed you, Mr. Prendergast. I'd be careful if I were you from now on until we catch this murderer.
Here we are, Di.
Yes. Here we are.
And that's the first word you've said all the way home.
Jimmy. Dave Maxwell. Mrs. Krakauer. It's too awful.
Things like this happen all the time. Ever read the tabloids, darling?
But not to us.
Us? Well, how do we fit in?
I don't know.
Oh, look, sweetheart, can't you forget about it long enough to kiss me goodnight?
I'll try.
Good.
No, don't touch me.
For the love of Pete.
Jimmy, I've got to say it. You know more about these deaths than you're saying.
You've gone completely nuts.
You wrote the letters. I know you did.
What? Oh, you're upset, Diane. You're talking yourself into something.
No. The way you talked the other night. The same words. Get even.
Will you stop it?
I can't.
Are you hysterical? Do I have to slap you?
No, don't you touch me. I think I loathe you. I'm going in the house. Don't get out of the car. Don't, Jimmy, don't.
Diane, why do you talk like this to me?
Because not once since I started talking have you denied you did it. Goodbye, Jimmy, goodbye.
You're making a grave charge, Miss Lawson.
I know.
Well, have you any evidence?
Only what I told you.
Conversation in an automobile when you both have had a few drinks. That's not evidence, Lawson. Any smart lawyer would destroy the cross-examination.
I know. But I know Jimmy did it. Maybe he's pretended. He knows I know. Maybe I'm the next.
But this is incredible, Lieutenant. Absolutely incredible.
Murder is an incredible crime.
Well, what could Jimmy Lodge have had against David and me? I won't believe it. Not Jimmy. Why, he's always been the life of the party. Oh, once in a while we used to kid him,
but... Well, all I can say is we're getting closer. We have the mailing list of the firm that manufactures the headache powder. I had a request for samples from a post office box in this city. The same number that was on yours and Mr. Maxwell's packages.
And, the name?
Jack Lyons.
Jack Lyons. Jimmy Lodge. J.L.
Exactly, Mr. Prendergast. That's one of the mistakes an amateur almost always makes. The same initials for his own name and his alias. Now, I know you see a lot of people every day, Mr. Andrews, but this Lyons rented this box from you. You think you'd know him again?
Yes, sir. I think I would.
Yeah, why?
Well, he spoiled 3 application blanks, Lieutenant. He made that blank one came to the space to be filled in for purpose.
I still don't believe it, Lieutenant.
Well, Mr. Andrews here will make it definite. So far, we've linked up the poison with the post office box. Shortly, I think we'll link the box to our man. I'm positive his typewriter will be the one the notes were written on, and you'll probably find his prints among those on the notes and the bottles. Not nervous, are you, Andrews?
No, sir. Gee, an awful lot of people here.
Saturday night's our big night.
Lieutenant, may I see you a moment?
Yes, of course, Miss Lawson. Pardon us, gentlemen.
Certainly, Lieutenant.
He's here. I saw him come in the side entrance. I asked Gus to play his favorite song. He'll get up to sing it, I'm sure.
Oh, thank you. You're a smart woman. Andrews knows nothing about his singing, and if Andrews recognizes him... I'm on my hands,
Here it is, the song, I mean.
All right. Let's stand here with Andrews.
It is difficult, Mr. Prendergast, looking for someone in a crowd like this.
It'll make your identification all the better.
Exactly, Andrews. Proof in court.
A vocalist, too, eh? Real nice affairs you run, Mr. Pratt.
Well, Andrews?
That's him. That's him singing.
I'd know him again any place. That's the fella calls himself Jack Lyon.
All right. Stay here, all of you. I'll get him.
No. I'm coming too.
Diane, come back here.
No.
Pardon me. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Pardon me, please. All right, Miss Lawson. Be quiet. All right. Pardon me. Just stay with me. Excuse me, Lodge.
Oh, it's you. And with my girl.
Jimmy.
Sorry, Lodge. I'm Rollins, homicide. Please come quietly.
Oh, so she spilled what she thought she knew, did she?
Don't make a scene, Lodge.
Jimmy, don't.
No, you don't take me. I got even with Maxwell. I'll get all of you.
Don't try it, Lodge.
Ah, you can't shoot in a crowd like this. You can't...
The window behind the orchestra. The window.
All right, Miss Lawson. I'm in a hook around the house. He won't get very far. You can depend on that.
Crime does not pay. John Beale, who was starred as Jimmy Lodge in For He's a Jolly Good Fellow, will be back with you in just a moment. Now, here in person is John Beale.
Jimmy Lodge might have gotten away with it, as the saying goes, even after Diane went to Lieutenant Rollins, if he hadn't left a trail behind him. A trail of similarities in the two deaths, and in the way the poison was introduced into the households of the victims. But the fact is that no matter how clever a criminal may be, one way or another, justice is always served. And inevitably, the perpetrator of a crime learns the cardinal lesson that crime does not pay.
Thank you, John Beale. Crime Does Not Pay is written by Ira Marion and directed by Marks B. Loeb, with music composed and conducted by John Garret. Technical advisor is Burton B. Turkis. The events, characters, and names used in the story you just heard are fictitious. Any similarity is purely coincidental.
Calling all detectives. There generally isn't much doubt about who's dead and who's alive. But I was once asked to prove that a dead man who claimed to be alive was really dead. That is the situation on this page from my casebook. The casebook of Jerry Browning, private detective. Of all the cases a private detective like me, Jerry Browning, handles, the toughest are the ones where I don't even know what kind of a crime was committed. John Cooley, head of the investigations department for Consolidated Insurance, gave me the benevolent stare of a hungry tiger as he swallowed his pills.
Browning, last week I asked you to locate Mrs. Margaret Walcott, widow of the late Jonathan Walcott. Where is she?
I shrugged. I don't know, Mr. Cooley. She left town about 8 months ago, present whereabouts unknown. How badly do you want her? Cooley pulled a file folder to him.
Jonathan Walcott, 49, died about a year ago. Cause of death, heart failure. Place of death, Greencrest, North Carolina, a summer resort. Beneficiary, Margaret Walcott, widow, paid $25,000 in 2 policies, both written by us.
I nodded. You think there was some funny business about the death, Mr. Cooley? Cooley got up from his chair, walked to the door.
Come in, please.
A tall, heavily tanned, middle-aged man walked into Cooley's office.
Browning, let me introduce to you a gentleman who says he is Jonathan Walcott.
The tanned man offered his hand.
Yep. Been in South America the past year. Come in to pay up my premiums. They tell me I'm dead.
But If you're Wolcott, then who is buried at Greencrest? Walcott sat down, crossed his legs.
Sonny, maybe you should look into that.
After an insurance company paid a $25,000 policy, a man showed up to pay his premium and claimed he was the person who'd been declared dead. Walcott grinned at us.
Since I'm not dead, I guess you folks will just have to reinstate my policy.
Cooley opened his mouth, then closed it again. I said, Mr. Walcott, assuming you are Mr. Walcott, you know what this means, I hope. Your wife is criminally liable for having accepted payment on the policy and may possibly even face a murder charge. Walcott's smile didn't waver.
My wife is an impulsive woman. Maybe this will teach her a lesson.
She got up.
If you want me, gentlemen, I'm at the Carlton Hotel.
There were two ways to attack the case. First, to prove that the man who called himself Walcott was a liar. And second, to assume he was telling the truth, which meant finding the missing widow. In either case, the first thing to do was... I stood alongside the district attorney, the police chief, and a reporter in the little cemetery at Greencrest, North Carolina, and watched as a group of workmen opened the grave of Jonathan Walcott. A couple of minutes later... Depending on what we saw, I was prepared to follow up one of my two possibilities, that the real Walcott was either dead or alive. I wasn't prepared for a third possibility, that the coffin would be empty. It was empty. The office of Dr. Marbridge was one flight above the Greencrest Bank. The doctor was a pleasant-faced young man, crisp and professional-looking. You say I signed the death certificate for Jonathan Walcott? Well, you must be mistaken, Mr. Browning. This is a photostat of the death certificate, Doctor. Isn't that your signature? No, I'm sorry to say it is not. That is my father's signature. He died 3 months ago. In his hotel suite, the man who called himself Walcott was hugely amused.
You went to all the trouble to check on me in South America, didn't you, young feller?
I shrugged, smiled. Knew I would. Everything about your story checks. But you still haven't proved that you are the Jonathan Walcott. Who can you get to identify you that's acceptable to us?
My wife, if you can find her. Never made any friends, always traveled a lot. Of course, you could compare my signatures.
We have compared them. They either match or they're very good forgeries. Walcott stopped, smiling.
Now, listen, Sonny. I'm finished being good-natured. I've got $20,000 equity in my policies. Will your company pay them, or do we go to court?
I'll let you know in 24 hours. I had no idea what I could do in the time left. I was simply stalling. The 24 hours passed, and I had nothing new. Not even instructions from Cooley, who refused to see me. When the time limit expired, I went back to Walcott. Mr. Walcott, I've got good news. We found your wife. She's being brought back here, and the identification question will be settled.
I don't believe it. You're trying to gain time. I'm filing suit next Monday.
Well, I had been stalling. I didn't have the faintest idea where to find Margaret Walcott. But now I had more than an idea. I was practically positive. Urgent, you checked. Margaret Walcott, deceased within past 6 months. Report soonest. Jerry Browning, collect. I sent my telegrams late Friday. By Saturday, I had my answer from Oklahoma. Margaret Walcott died and buried in Tulsa March this year, coronary. Now I knew why Walcott didn't believe I could produce the widow. Because he knew that she was dead. But if he was really who he claimed to be, why had he kept from us his knowledge of Mrs. Walcott's death? In Tulsa, I learned all there was to be known about Margaret Walcott, including that she'd gone to Tulsa shortly after her husband's death because her sister lived in that city. Her sister was also her heir and had inherited Margaret's estate. I had a talk with the sister. Then we confronted the man who claimed to be Jonathan Walcott with the dead woman's sister in John Cooley's office. It was quite a meeting, especially since the sister told the imposter that she had been the bridesmaid at the wedding of Margaret and Jonathan Walcott. This time, John Cooley didn't shut his mouth.
You will sign this confession immediately, stating that you impersonated Jonathan Walcott in order to defraud this insurance company. You will further tell us where you hid Walcott's body. Under those circumstances, we may be somewhat lenient.
Yeah, he confessed. What else could he do when confronted with his supposed wife's sister? He admitted that his name was really Joseph Hazel, that he'd met Margaret Walcott shortly after Jonathan's death, and realized that the circumstances were ideal for an insurance fraud. Knowing that Mrs. Walcott would not long survive, Hazel carefully established an identity for himself as Walcott, then waited for Margaret to die. The only thing he had to fear was that we'd learn about her death, and through that knowledge find some member of her family who could brand him as a fraud. Well, we didn't prosecute him, because the only charge we could have proved was desecrating a grave when he moved the real Jonathan Walcott's body. You see, Margaret Walcott's sister couldn't have branded him an imposter in court. She was the only living relative of the deceased couple, and she had never met the real Jonathan Walcott. But that was a small fact the imposter didn't know. Like I said, it sometimes doesn't make any difference whether you can prove a criminal's guilt or not, just so he thinks you can. Listen next time to Calling All Detectives, mystery drama, mystery quiz, and a chance for you to match wits with yours truly, Jerry Browning, Private Detective.
Murder at midnight.
Let go of my arms. I'll give you money. All the money you want.
No, Fred, no!
You monsters. I'll make you pay for this.
Midnight, the witching hour when the night is darkest, our fears the strongest, and our strength at its lowest ebb. Midnight, when the graves gape open and death strikes. How? You'll learn the answer in just a minute in Murder's a Lonely Business. And now, Murder at Midnight. Unusual stories of terror and mystery by radio's masters of the macabre. This tale, a study of murder in duet, is by William Morwood. Its title, Murder's a Lonely Business. At a cemetery, a burial is taking place.
Forasmuch as it hath pleased Almighty God in his great mercy to take unto himself the soul of our brother,
The two chief mourners, Fred and Grace Tilson, stand beside the open grave.
earth to earth,
And as he looks at his
ashes
wife,
to ashes,
bitter thoughts
dust
course
to
through
dust.
Fred's mind.
sure and certain
Look at her.
of the resurrection.
Look at her standing there, dabbing her eyes with a handkerchief. Tears. Real tears after what she did. After what she made me do. She doesn't know what sincerity is, or love, or pity either. She's hard. Hard all the way through. And I never knew. Never even suspected till we killed him. Now, that's the way she acted. I'll never forget it. Never. A nightmare always. How can I go on living with her? How can I ever trust her again? What am I to do? Oh, Lord, I'd give anything for it.
To think I ever married that sniveling creature. I believe he's really crying. Really sorry. As if he cared a hoop about his Uncle Edward outside of the money he could get out of him. He was ready enough to help put the old man out of the way the other night. Now his nerve's gone. All he can think about is a drink. That's the only time I feel safe with him. When he's drunk. And not always then. The way he's been carrying on lately, Lord knows what he'll say or do next. I'll have to watch him every minute of the time. He's a fool.
Through thy mercy, O our Lord, who livest and reignest with the Father and the Holy Ghost, ever one God, world without end. Amen.
Amen. Goodbye, Uncle Edward. They're throwing dirt on your coffin now. But you won't mind. You're cold and silent now. Very different from the way you were 3 nights ago.
3 nights ago. Was that all it was? Another lifetime, but... Yes, that's right. Driving up to his house in the dark. Letting ourselves in. Uncle Edward!
He must be up in his study.
I guess so. Servant's night out. Uncle Edward?
The door above opened, and Uncle Edward started down the marble staircase. In my mind's eye, instead of Uncle Edward, I could see my friends, a whole crowd filling the room, and myself in a gorgeous gown descending to greet them. A much more fitting picture than the stodgy form of Uncle Edward as he came down toward us.
Well, this is a surprise.
I thought we'd drop in, Uncle Edward. It's been a long time.
6 weeks, to be exact, Fred. How are you, Grace?
Wonderful, thanks, Uncle Edward.
I'm glad to hear it. You look a little off your feed. Come on into the library. You'll be more comfortable here. Oh, a drink, Fred?
Why,
Don't be polite. From what I hear, you're rarely seen without one these days.
You sound as if you'd had spies watching us, Uncle Edward.
It's entirely possible. I've certainly been interested in your activities. For instance, I hear you can be found at a gambling house almost every evening, Grace.
Oh, only the fashionable ones, where everybody goes. You've got to keep in the swim nowadays.
If you can afford it. You can't. Not on Fred's salary.
That's the trouble.
well, frankly, Uncle Edward, that's why we've come here tonight. We're in a jam again.
Money?
What else?
And you want me to bail you out, huh? Well, I'll be equally frank with you. This time I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. I've helped you out of messes often enough in the past. Each time I hoped you'd pull yourself together, settle down and lead solid, respectable lives. But each time you disappointed me. Now I've given up hoping.
Uncle Edward, I promise you...
Too late, Fred. I can't believe your promises anymore. I've given you and Grace every chance. Now I'm washing my hands of you. You can't expect help from me ever again. Now or in the future.
Exactly what does that mean?
My lawyer's coming here tomorrow, and I'm going to cut Fred out of my will. Cut him out entirely.
Uncle Edward.
Every cent I have is to be left to charity.
Why, you're not serious. You can't be. Why, it's not fair. I'm your only nephew, and
No use talking, Fred. My mind is made up. Now, would you care to discuss the weather?
No.
I thought you wouldn't, Grace.
Come along, Fred. Uncle Edward, I advise you to change your mind about this.
I beg your pardon?
Because if you don't, you may live to be sorry.
We went outside. Grace was in a white rage, and I was all jumping myself. We walked around the garden paths, trying to get hold of ourselves before we started back to town.
You know what this means, don't you, Fred? The end of everything. We'll never be able to get credit once it's known that Uncle Edward's cut us off.
Yes, I know.
Somehow, some way, we've got to stop him from changing his will.
But how? You know there's no use arguing with him. He's as stubborn as a mule. Besides, there's no time left. He's going to do it tomorrow.
I know. Unless, of course, something happens to him before that.
Such as?
He could die.
What?
Suddenly.
Some chance he's as healthy. Grace, what are you thinking of?
You know.
You're mad.
If you want to spend the rest of your life struggling with debts, not able to do anything, I don't.
But
everything's perfect for it. The old man's alone in the house. No one knows we called this evening. No one will.
Stop it. I won't listen to you.
Be a man for once in your life. Everything you want. Money, luxury. For 5 minutes' work.
Yes, but how?
The gun. The gun he keeps in the desk in his study.
You've seen it?
Yes.
We'll take the money, valuables, to make it look like a robbery. Well, what are you afraid of? The sight of a little blood?
Grace, I don't know you when you talk like this.
I know what I'm after for both of us. It's our only chance of a future. Together. Are you coming?
Yes.
All right. Then let's go in. The servants will be coming back. We haven't any time to waste.
We went back into the house, climbed the long staircase to Uncle Edward's study. My mouth was dry, my knees were shaking when we reached the landing.
Knock on the door.
Grace, suppose it...
It's too late to suppose anything. Knock.
Yes? Come in. I was expecting you back.
You were?
Certainly. I didn't think you let the money go that easily. Not after Grace's threat.
What do you mean?
You should have been a man, Grace. You've a completely ruthless streak in you. You'll stop at nothing to get what you're after. No wonder you've led poor Fred around by the nose so long.
Now, look here, Uncle Edward.
Sorry to hurt your feelings, Fred, but you must admit it's true. Now, if you two will explain why you came back...
We hope to make you change your mind.
You should know me better than that. I've said my last word.
Not your last, Uncle Edward. Not yet.
What Grace means
You
is...
don't have to explain, Fred. Her interest in my desk explains itself. The right-hand drawer, Grace. Were you by any chance looking for this?
The gun?
Yes, I took the precaution of removing it. As I said, I was expecting you back.
I don't know what you're talking about, Uncle Edward. I was only looking for your checkbook. I thought the least that you could do was to help us out of our present difficulties.
It's a good story, Grace, but not quite good enough. Now, as it's almost 12, perhaps you'd both be good enough to leave my house permanently.
You win, Uncle Edward. I suppose we were foolish to think that we could find a soft spot in that stone heart of yours.
You were foolish, all right. This way.
This reminds me of the old days, when Fred and I were first married, when we used to come and visit you. You used to see us to the head of the stairs when it came time to go. Just like this.
That was a long time ago.
I wish those days could come back.
Impossible. Well, good night, Fred, and goodbye.
Well, aren't you going to shake hands with your only nephew?
Well, since it's for the last time, goodbye, Fred.
Hold him, Fred. No, Fred.
Let go of me, Grace.
Fred, get a bus.
No. I'll give you money. All the money you want.
No, Fred, no.
You monsters. I'll make you pay for this.
Grace, what did we do? What did you make me...
Get down there, quick!
There's no pulse. His heart... He's dead. Grace, when we find him...
An accident. The old man tripped on the stairs and broke his back. The money's ours, Fred. Everything we wanted.
Grace, you're...
So you think it's yours, do you? Nothing is yours but death. Because you're going to
A dead man lying at the foot of the stairs, and a white-faced couple staring at each other. Did they hear a voice from beyond? Is it possible for the dead to make the living pay for murder at midnight? And now, here is Grace Tilson to continue our story.
It went according to plan. The inquest raised no ugly questions or suspicions. And then after Uncle Edward's funeral, we settled down in the great old mansion. I could have been happy, so happy, except for Fred. He'd taken to drinking again. Haven't you had enough, Fred?
Another little drink won't do me. Excuse me.
You're such an idiot. The way you've been acting ever since...
We did in poor Uncle Edward? Don't be afraid to say it, Grace. We're alone now.
Why did you give up your job so suddenly?
I'm a rich man now. No need to work.
But it looks so suspicious. And the way you've let yourself slip. That dirty shirt. You haven't shaved in 2 days.
Don't tell me you're ashamed of me.
I can't ask anyone to the house. And I had such plans for us. Entertaining, parties, making a name for ourselves.
Sorry, that's not my idea of a career.
In heaven's name, what is?
Drinks. More drinks. Then another one.
I won't let you turn into a drunken bum. I won't be disgraced like that.
I'll do exactly what I like, and you won't stop me. Don't forget, my love. We share a little secret together.
I'm not forgetting.
No matter what happens, you're tied to me for the rest of your life.
I wouldn't be too sure of that, Fred. If I get a chance at what I want, you won't stand in my way. Nothing will.
What did she mean by that? I thought about it, brooded over it, couldn't forget it. Then one evening as we sat together in a nightclub, things became clearer.
Did you hear me, Fred?
What?
I said I wanted a cigarette.
Oh, certainly, madam. Here you are. Match?
If you can hold it steady enough. Why do you have to get soused every time we go out?
A tribute to your intoxicating charm.
Oh, don't be so... Oh, well, there's Ronnie.
Good old Ronnie. Dowager's delight.
Now, if you'll only look over this way.
With that dress you're wearing? You will.
Ronnie! Oh, Ronnie!
The change that came over her. Smile. Sparkling eyes as he came over to our table.
Well, hello there. This is a pleasant surprise, bumping into you again, Tilson.
Getting to be a regular routine. The theater, the races, everywhere I go with Grace.
Yes, we seem to share a lot in common, Fred.
Sit down, Ronnie. What do you have to drink?
Oh, nothing, thanks. I've had my quota for the evening.
Well, I'm glad someone knows when to stop.
Maybe Ronnie's got other vices.
I have, Fred. One of them's dancing. You mind if I take Grace out on the floor for a turn?
Why ask me? I'm sure Grace will agree to anything you say.
Fred, now what kind of a nasty...
Oh, come on, Grace. Fred didn't mean anything. Well, see you later, old boy. They danced well together. As I watched them, I remembered the things I'd heard about Ronnie. Of his rich wife who died so conveniently. The fortune he'd run through. I saw Grace look into his eyes. Their lips moved. The suspicion grew on me till it became a certainty. They were plotting my death. The veins stood out in my forehead. My hands grew cold. But I knew exactly what I had to do. I had to strike first. I had to kill them before they killed me. If only I knew what they were plotting. If only I could hear they were whispering to each other. Oh, Grace, darling, you're so silent.
It's Fred. How dare he act that way?
Oh, he's a very unpleasant person.
Of course, he's under the weather. But that's no excuse.
Just means he doesn't give a rap for you. Never has.
Well, don't let's talk about him.
Right. Music's lovely.
Yes.
So are you.
Ronnie.
You dance like an angel. I could hold you in my arms forever. Oh, we're just made for each other. You know that, Grace, don't you?
I'd rather not think about it.
But you must. Have you considered what we talked about the other day?
It's impossible.
Why? I love you more than anything in the world. We have the same tastes and ambitions. We could be a wonderful success together.
But...
You love me, too, don't you?
Oh, yes, yes.
Well, then what's stopping us? What's so precious about the life of a drunken bum?
Fred's my husband.
Husband? You love him? Even respect him?
No. I did feel sorry for him, but not anymore. Not after tonight. I hate him.
That's more like it. No, then there's nothing to interfere.
Except
the danger? Leave that in my hands. You have just one job to do, Grace.
And that?
Get Fred up to my place in the mountains for a vacation. I guarantee he'll never come back.
I don't know if I should have been suspicious. Fred agreed to go up to Ronnie's place with surprising ease. It was almost as if he'd been expecting the invitation. The night we planned to do it, we sat in the living room, just the three of us. Ronnie was playing the piano.
I'm afraid I'm awfully rusty. I haven't practiced in weeks.
It sounds grand to me, Ronnie.
Why don't you join him, Grace? I know you're just dying to play with Ronnie. Duet, I mean.
Well, that's all we have time for anyway. I promised the Pearsons we wouldn't be late.
Oh, that beach picnic. Tell you the truth, I don't feel much like it.
But you promised to go, Fred.
Do you a world of good, old boy. Wonderful night for a swim.
You both seem very anxious to get me down to that lake.
Why, not at all. If you want Grace and me to go alone.
All right, I'll come. But I've got to go upstairs for my bathing suit. Wait for me here.
Hurry it up, old boy. All set, Grace? You know exactly what to do?
I think so.
You make a great fuss about Fred drinking. That'll be remembered afterwards. I'll take care of him at the raft. Push his head underwater
If
and...
he struggles, he'll call out.
Not in the condition he's in. He's as weak as a baby. Be all over in a few minutes. I'll swim back and...
Ronnie!
Yes?
Isn't there some other way? We love each other so much. Can't we just...
Run off together? Let's be realistic, darling. We need the money. His money. Love in a cottage isn't our style.
I suppose not. Where is he? What's keeping him so long?
I'm just as glad. Come on, Grace. I want to make sure there's an extra bottle of whiskey for him in the car. This way, darling. Through here into the garage.
Give me your hand, Ronnie.
Now, darling, everything's going to be all right.
Just being with you. Ronnie.
Yes?
I saw something moving.
Where?
Over there. Behind the car.
Fred!
Hello. Thought I'd hurry things up by coming straight out to the garage.
Well, you gave us quite a start.
Why, Grace? Something on your conscience?
Well, the Pearsons will be on our necks if we don't get started soon. Now, in you go. We're off to the races.
But just try to pick the winner. We drove out to the road, the winding road that led down to the valley. I knew just the spot where I had to leave them. From there on, their only companion would be the man with a sickle. Slow down, Ronnie.
Huh?
I'm not going to picnic after all. My head's splitting.
But it's too late to drive you back, Fred.
You won't have to. I'll walk. Just let me out.
Very well.
But, Ronnie...
It's all right, Grace. We don't want Fred to have a miserable time at the picnic when we can settle things so much better this way.
Oh, thanks. I hate to run out on you, but I've got my health to think of.
Oh, sure. Oh, incidentally, there's a short cut back to the house through the fence there.
I don't see it.
Go on ahead. I'll turn the headlights on it.
Oh, thanks. Now, so long. Have a good trip. Where are you going?
Ronnie, you ran him down. You killed him.
That's what we wanted, isn't it?
Not here. Not out here on the road.
It'll look like a hit-and-run accident. We'll double back at the bottom of the hill, pretend we came from another direction.
Oh, we won't get away with it, Ronnie. It's no use. They'll catch us this time.
Snap out of it, Grace. Sorry, but you've got to get hold of yourself.
Yes, I must. I can't go all to pieces. My hands are trembling. Where are you going?
Take the wheel. You're going to drive.
No, I can't.
Now move over. Go on.
No.
Now drive. Your life depends on it. Both our lives.
I started down the steep zigzag road, and slowly my nerves relaxed. As the car swooped around the curves, I felt a strange acceleration.
Easy on these curves, Grace. It's a sheer drop if we go over the cliff.
Oh, are you scared now, Ronnie?
Well, I want to keep my neck in one piece.
You needn't worry. I'm a good driver. Fred always...
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Keep your mind on the road. There's a hairpin bend ahead of here. Hey, look out.
Okay, I see it. I pushed on the brake. The pedal went all the way to the floor, but nothing caught. Nothing.
No, Grace. Now, do you know what I was doing there in the garage? I disconnected the brakes.
He did it! Fred!
The fence, Grace. The
He
fence.
connected them!
Yes, Grace. I meant to kill you and Ronnie.
Grace, slow down.
Oh, Ronnie, for heaven's sake, don't touch
Grace, coming after you. It's too late now. A long drop to the rut street.
Ronnie!
See you soon, Grace. How it works out there. And you, Grace, you made one little mistake the night you killed me. You thought that company in crime made it easier. But it doesn't. Murder is a lonely business. A very lonely business.
One body lying crumpled in the middle of the road, and two more, the shattered wreckage of the car at the foot of the cliff. 3 people, lonely no longer, as the clock strikes 12 for murder at midnight. Remember to be with us again when death plays host and the clocks strike 12 for murder at midnight. The part of Grace was played by Helen Shields. Wendell Holmes was her husband. Carl Emery, her lover. With music by Charles Paul, Murder at Midnight was directed by Anton M. Leader.
This, I believe. Byron Taggart has been with station WKRC in Cincinnati, Ohio, for the past 10 years. He is now the Assistant Program Director, concerned with special events programs and public service features. In this capacity, he has been most helpful in contacting guests from his community for this program. Like others of us, this assignment challenged his inner thoughts. Here now is Byron Taggart to complete the story.
For quite some time now, I have been busy asking people to write their beliefs for Edward R. Murrow's feature, This I Believe. I've talked with so many people about their beliefs that I found it necessary for me to search my own mind and heart and get together a display of my own beliefs for the benefit of my mind's eye, that I might compare my beliefs with those of others who live about me. And this searching has helped me, I'm sure of that. Although I have come to the realization that my beliefs are very much like those of other Americans, I have learned through believing in a plan, and that plan is This I Believe, that I can find more happiness in life, more real peace of mind and genuine mental comfort in knowing of the basic beliefs of my neighbors. And by neighbors, I mean the people of my community. I've learned the importance of getting acquainted, and once acquainted, to realize the importance of genuine understanding. I believe that God has given us a great challenge. He's challenged us to know others. He has challenged others to learn to know us. And many of us have learned through our belief in the Almighty that every person has a heart which was made good. I have learned that as I grow older, and as others grow older also, the pace of the world in which we live keeps crowding the good in our hearts to one side until that which is really good occupies only a small part of our hearts and conscience. Although the element of good is there, we seldom call upon it to overcome the crowded elements which we have stored in our hearts to clutter up and cloud our lives. I'm frank when I say that in my heart has been money, a fine house, a beautiful car, good clothes, and various and sundry other items. And when I put them there, I used my own personal stamp labeled good on them. I nurtured them along with great interest and ambition. Fortunately, in my work, I've been able to find others in my community who have good hearts. Hearts which I felt would be filled with woe and misery because of their plight in this world. Well, I found these hearts instead filled with happiness and love. Instead of hearing these people complain, I heard them proclaim their belief in God and mankind. These people who have not had the good fortune I have enjoyed, these people who have known poverty, prejudice, sickness, and misfortune, have been holding before them a light I had not seen before. And many of them, arms weary, are holding that light for all of us today. The flame is turned up so all of us may see it if we will but look. It is the flame of brotherhood. I firmly believe it is not those who are in the minority, it is not those who fall in what we tend to term the poorer classes, who foster prejudice as we know it today. They are the ones who stand waiting for us with open arms to welcome us to the realization that they too are human beings, people who love their God, nation, and fellow man. I believe it is not for us to say, "Come join us." Too many of us have made sure they were not wanted among us. I believe it is up to me and up to you to say, "May we join you? May we join you in the common brotherhood of man? May we make up to you by our understanding the pain we've caused you to bear. May we make up to you the trouble we've placed on your hearts. May we prove to you that though the dollars in our pockets may vary in number, though the skin which covers our bones may be different, and though the slant of our eyes may be peculiar to yours, though we may worship on the Lord's Day in a fashion unlike yours, we really believe in the words of our Lord Jesus Christ, who said, 'Love thy neighbor.'"
That was Byron Taggart, Assistant Program Director of station WKRC in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Unwilling Accomplace, or Nick Carter and the Mystery of the Society Burglar.
Hello, Lieutenant. What's new and interesting?
Well, if it ain't my old friend Nicholas Carter, him that used to be a detective.
Yeah, what do you mean, used to be?
Sure, my boy, tell me, how does it feel to be old and retired?
Oh, come now, Riley, I get it. You're a little peeved because I've turned down those few cases you've offered me lately.
It's not a few separate cases, Nick. It's all been the same gang, I'm sure of it. They're the slickest bunch this department's ever been up against. We need your help, Nick. Look at this. Came over the wire only this morning.
Another society robbery. Quite a haul.
Yes, my boy, quite a haul. $75,000 in gems right out of the vault. What do you say now, Nick?
Riley, I think you're right. Looks like the same hand in every job.
Well?
Well, I suggest that for your criminal, you look for someone who's accepted in the homes of society. And is just about the greatest safecracker in the country as well.
Oh, thank you, Nick. That's a very great help, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, Riley, but really, I'm not interested. You know I don't take a case unless...
Well, what in the name of...
Wow, that was close. That stone missed you by inches.
So, somebody's trying to bean me now, is it? Well, I'll fix that.
Oh, wait a minute, Riley. That isn't it. This seems to be a little matter of communication.
Communication?
Yes, look. There's a note tied to that stone.
Well, now, hand that over here.
Here you are.
Let's see what is... Well, listen to this, Nick. My dear Lieutenant Riley, since the jobs I have pulled off lately have so completely mystified your department, may I suggest that you call upon the services of your very good and able friend, Nicholas Carter.
What's that?
It won't help much, of course, but at least I'll then have an adversary more worthy of my talents. You see, I'm varying the pattern and going on to much bigger things. Today it has been the National Loan and Trust Company. It is not only theft, but murder as well. Well, Nick, what do you make of that?
Very interesting.
Interesting, is it? Why, the cheek of him. The National Loan and Trust Company, he says. And murder, he says. We're dealing with a conceited maniac. Give me that phone. I'm going to check up on this.
Well, as it's now 5:30 on Saturday afternoon, Riley, I doubt that you'll find anyone at the bank.
Excuse me, Lieutenant.
Yeah?
There's a lady and gentleman here to see you. They say it's most urgent.
Well, what are you waiting for? Show 'em in.
Yes, sir. This way, please.
Thank you.
Lieutenant Riley?
Yes?
Permit me to introduce myself. I'm Butler Pierce, and this is Miss Olive Belden, my fiancée.
I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. Now, what can I be doing for you?
You can help us find Miss Belden's father. He's missing.
Oh, missing, huh?
Yes, Lieutenant. Dad's been gone for hours, and I'm beginning to fear something dreadful may have happened.
Oh, excuse me. This is Nick Carter, Miss Belden, and Mr. Pierce.
Nick Carter, the detective?
The same, Miss Belden.
Oh, I'm so glad, Mr. Carter. Would you,
Isn't your alarm somewhat unwarranted? Your father hasn't been missing very long, I take it.
That's true, Mr. Carter. Only 3 hours to be exact, but under the circumstances...
What Miss Belden means, Mr. Carter, is that it seems as if her father had disappeared into thin air.
How do you mean, Mr. Pierce?
Well, the last time she saw him, it was through the living room window. From there, she could look out over the court into his private office at the bank. And when she...
Bank? Did you say bank, Mr. Pierce?
Why, yes. Olive's father is Wayne Belden, president of the National Loan and Trust Company.
Did you hear that, Nick? The National Loan and Trust Company.
Yes, Riley. There's not a minute to be lost. Come on. Now, let me get this straight, Miss Belden. You say your father came into his private office here through that special passageway that leads from the house to the bank.
That's right, Mr. Carter. Father often spent Saturday afternoons here writing letters.
I see. And there was no one else in the bank at that time?
No. This is Saturday, you know, and it was after banking hours, of course.
When was the last time you saw your father?
About 1 o'clock, Mr. Carter. He was sitting at his desk here writing a letter. But when I looked through the window again a few hours later, he wasn't there.
You're sure he hadn't returned to the house?
Positive. I'd have seen him. The passageway opens right into the living room where I was reading.
Well, what happened when you looked for him and he wasn't there?
Well, just about then, Mr. Pierce called on me. I told him about Father's absence, and we both went to look for him.
I see. About what time was that?
Oh, about 4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. And so you both went into the bank as soon as you missed your father?
Yes. We found Mr. Belden's office just as you see it now. Then we looked all through the bank. There wasn't a sign of him anywhere.
Now, wait a minute, all of you. What was to prevent Mr. Belden from walking right out the front door of the bank? As easy as that.
Well, that's not very likely, Lieutenant. He was wearing his house slippers at the time, and he had no coat or hat.
Oh, and not only that, Riley. Do you see this letter here on Belden's desk?
Huh?
He was writing it when something interrupted him. You notice anything peculiar about it?
Well, no, except that he broke off in the middle of a sentence.
More important than that, Riley. He stopped in the middle of a word. Belden was interrupted very abruptly.
Oh, that must be the cashier now. Hello, Mr. Cook. Come in.
Hello, Miss Belden. I got here just as soon as I could.
This is Mr. Carter and Lieutenant Riley.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Now, what's all this I hear about Mr. Belden disappearing?
That's right, Mr. Cook. But I've an idea. He'll soon be found.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Carter?
I've asked Mr. Cook to come down here because as the cashier of the bank, he's the only one beside Mr. Belden who knows the combination to the large vault. And I want that vault opened. Immediately.
But that's impossible, Mr. Carter. The large vault operates on a time lock. It can't be opened until 9 o'clock Monday morning.
We can't wait that long. It must be open now.
I'm sorry, Mr. Carter. That's impossible.
Then I'll do it myself.
But it's impossible, I tell you.
Give me 1 hour and we'll see how impossible it is.
You don't seem to be having much luck, do you, Mr. Carter?
Don't you worry about that, Mr. Pierce. I never saw the lock yet that could keep its secrets from Nick Carter very long.
Not that kind of lock, Lieutenant. Why, there isn't anybody in the world that could... By heavens, he did it.
There we are, gentlemen.
I told you so, Pierce.
Riley.
Huh?
Look there.
Yeah, what is it, Nick?
There in the corner.
His father!
Yes, Miss Belden. Your father's been murdered. How's Miss Belden, Riley?
Oh, she's all right now, Nick. Mr. Pierce took her back to the house.
Good. Well, Mr. Cook, have you finished examining the contents of the vault?
Yes, Mr. Carter, and you were right. There has been a robbery. $50,000 is missing.
Well, I'll be just as the note said, Nick. Remember? Theft and murder.
Yes, Riley. But the theft, I'm sure, was just an afterthought. Mr. Cook, did Mr. Belden have any enemies?
Why, not that I know of.
What can you tell me about Mr. Pierce?
What do you mean?
Well, was he friendly with Mr. Belden?
Oh, yes, quite. They were very good friends. They'd known each other for years.
And was Mr. Pierce in the habit of visiting Mr. Belden in his office at the bank?
Oh, yes, very often. He had an account here, rather large one, I might add. Mr. Pierce, you know, is a very wealthy man.
Indeed.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's that you've got in your hand there, Nick?
Oh, this. It's part of a cufflink, Riley, with a very interesting stain on it. A fresh blood stain.
Where'd you find it, Nick?
In the dead man's hand.
But there was no blood on the body. He was done in by a crack on the skull. There was no bleeding.
Exactly, Riley. It's undoubtedly the murderer's own blood. Probably tore his hand on the broken edge of the cufflink in the scuffle.
Do you want me for anything else, Mr. Carter?
Oh, no, thank you, Mr. Cook. That'll be all.
Well, good day.
Good day, sir. Oh, Mr. Cook, one more thing.
Yes?
Tell me, is Mr. Pierce in the habit of wearing his gloves indoors?
His gloves? Why, no, never. But, wait. Come to think of it, he was wearing them just now, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Well, thank you, Mr. Cook. Thank you very much. Confound it, Patsy. This is the strangest case I've ever worked on.
Well, you've certainly been acting strangely, Nick. Pacing up and down, muttering to yourself.
There just isn't a shred of evidence anywhere, Patsy. As far as I can see, no motive whatsoever. Yet I'm positive that Butler Pierce is our man, that he's not only the murderer of Wayne Belden, but is also the society robber that's been baffling the police for months now.
But, Nick, he's a rich man. And Wayne Belden was one of his best friends.
I know, Patsy, but it still adds up to Butler Pierce. Look, he was thoroughly familiar with the bank, thoroughly familiar with Wayne Belden's habits. He called at the Belden house after the crime had been committed. He wore his gloves indoors, which might have been to conceal a bad scratch from a broken cufflink. He arrived at police headquarters immediately after that stone had been thrown through the window.
But, Nick, Miss Belden was with him when he called to see Riley. Surely you don't think he could have thrown that stone?
No, Patsy. But his chauffeur could have. While they were entering the building.
His chauffeur?
Yes. It was he who set me thinking on this line originally.
Well, what do you mean by that?
Patsy, I got a good look at that chauffeur. And I'm sure I've seen him somewhere before. A long time ago.
Oh?
And he wasn't on the right side of the law either.
Well, it all sounds like a big hunch to me, Nick.
Yes, you're right, Patsy. It's just what it is. A big hunch.
Although I have to admit your hunches are usually pretty good.
Patsy, I feel so sure this hunch is right, I'm going to play it for all it's worth.
Well, what are you going to do?
I'm going to start playing it right now. Get Scubby for me. We're going calling on Mr. Butler Pierce.
You're taking a long time opening that safe, Nick.
Oh, it's a tough baby, Scubby. But I've almost got it now.
Well, I sure hope so, Nick. I don't think Mr. Pierce would like to come home and find us here in his library.
Well, at this stage, I grant you, that would be a trifle embarrassing. But when I get through... I did it. Now, let's see what we have here. No, not there. Scubby, look at this.
Why, it's full of jewelry. And it's the real stuff.
Yes. Unless I miss my bet, every piece of it will answer the description of some stolen gem. Well, let's see what else now.
Uh-oh. What's that, Nick?
What does it look like?
It looks like a package of bills. And all big ones, too.
Exactly what it is, Scubby. Let's see how much. 5, 10.
Boy, look at those $1,000 bills.
40, $50,000, Scubby. The exact amount stolen from the bank.
Well, of course, it could be a coincidence. Nick.
Yes, it could be, but I doubt it. This does it. Scubby, we don't have to speculate any further.
No?
This letter I found in the drawer here clears up everything. Listen to this.
Yeah.
Dear Butler, this is a warning to you to permit you to escape if you care to do so. I have definite proof that you're a thief, and on Monday morning I shall place that proof before the proper authorities. You have until that time to escape. Signed, Wayne Belden.
Gosh, Nick.
Yes, Scubby, gosh. And there we have the motive for Wayne Belden's murder.
So your hunch was right after all, Nick. The rich Mr. Pierce is nothing but a thief.
And a murderer, Scubby.
Oh, well, look, Nick, you better get out of here.
Scubby, it just came to me.
What?
Butler Pierce's chauffeur is really Jim Martin. I knew I'd seen him before.
Jim Martin? I never heard of him, Nick.
No, that was before your time.
Oh.
I tangled with him many years ago on the West Coast. One of the cleverest cracksmen in the business. He could open almost any safe I could.
Oh, so that's it. He and Pierce have been working together.
Yes. Pierce was the front and real brains, while Martin supplied the technical skills, so to speak.
Oh, I see. Well, what now, Nick?
Scubby?
Yeah.
I want you to clear out of here quick. Take Wayne Belden's letter with you. Get it to Lieutenant Riley immediately. Tell him to pick up Jim Martin.
Oh, well, what about Butler Pierce?
Don't you worry about him, Scubby. I'm staying right here. I want to tackle Butler Pierce myself. Good evening.
Nick Carter. What are you doing in my house?
Waiting for you, Mr. Pierce.
What do you want?
I want you to be reasonable and not make any fuss. This isn't the water pistol I've got in my hand.
Have you gone mad? What in the world are you talking about?
It's no go, Pierce. You can drop the act. I took the liberty of going through your safe.
Oh, so that's it. You're pretty clever at getting into safes, aren't you?
Yes. As good at it as your pal, Jim Martin.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess I underrated you, Carter.
No, Pierce. You overrated yourself.
Perhaps. What's your next move?
My next move is to turn over to the law a thief and a murderer. Turn around. Get your hands behind you. Uh-huh. So there is a scratch on your wrist, just as I expected. There. Guess those handcuffs ought to hold you for a while. Sit down in that chair. And stay there.
Police headquarters. This is Riley speaking.
Oh, hello, Riley. This is Nick.
Oh, yes, Nick. What is it?
Riley, I got the murderer of Wayne Belden for you.
Oh, you have, eh? Good work. Who is it, Nick?
Butler Pierce.
Butler Pierce. Nick, are you sure you're not making a mistake?
Quite sure. Scubby should be at my headquarters any minute now with all the proof you want.
Where are you calling from, Nick?
From Pierce's home. He's sitting in a chair right behind me with a pair of handcuffs on him. I'll expect you to...
Nick, what is it? Hello! Hello!
Oh, Nick, are you all right?
He's coming through now, Patsy.
How do you feel, Nick?
Oh, I'm all right, I guess. Oh, rather, my head.
Yeah, that was a nasty bump you got, my boy.
Come on, take it easy, Nick. Here, give me your hand.
I'll help you. Go, Nick.
Take it easy.
All right, now. Okay, can you stand up all right, boy?
Yeah, I guess I'm okay now.
Well, what happened?
Your guess is as good as mine, Patsy. All I know is that I had Butler Pierce in my hands, and now he's gone.
No, that's too bad, Nick.
Hey, look at the safe. It's empty.
Well, naturally it would be. You couldn't leave all that evidence lying around.
Yeah, it's a good thing we got that letter at least.
Yes, but the important thing is to find Pierce.
He must be pretty clever, Nick, getting away from you like that.
Yes, Patsy. He's all of that and more. He got away this time, but I'll bring him to justice if it's the last thing I ever do.
Well, Nick, we got Jim Martin anyway. Picked him up late last night.
Good work, Riley. Well, that's half the gang anyway.
Yeah, now if we only had Butler Pierce.
Yes, but I think it's going to be a lot easier now with Jim Martin in our hands.
What do you mean?
Got an idea, Riley. If it works, it won't be long before we catch up with Wayne Belden's murderer. Well, Martin, we meet again.
Yeah. Been a long time, ain't it, Carter?
Yes. But I never forget a face, Martin, no matter how much it's been changed. I must say, though, that the doctor did a pretty good job on you. But it just isn't quite good enough.
Yeah, you're a smart egg, all right. I guess the boss knows that by now.
He's a pretty keen one himself, Martin. I had him, but he got away.
He did, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, he sure is a slick one.
Well, I thought when I had the cuffs on him.
Say, you didn't make the mistake of trying to hold him with a pair of handcuffs, did you?
Yes. Why?
There ain't a pair made that could hold Butler Pierce. He's a regular whiz.
Well, maybe so. Martin, you're in a pretty tough spot. Murder is serious business.
Murder? Oh, no. You're barking up the wrong tree, Carter. I didn't have nothing to do with that.
But you did open the vault at the bank.
Sure. Like I done all the jobs for Pierce after he paid the way. But murder, that ain't my racket.
Maybe not. But it'll go a lot easier with you, Martin, if you play ball.
Meaning?
You know where Pierce's hideout is.
Sure. What about it?
We want you to help us put the finger on him.
Now, you ought to know me better than that, Carter.
That's what I thought you'd say. I have a proposition for you, Martin. You help us track him down, we'll set you free.
The answer is still the same. I'm no stool pigeon.
Well, Martin, we're going to let you walk out of here anyway. What do you say to that?
I say it won't work, Carter.
What do you mean?
Listen, I'm onto your game. You're going to set me loose so you can tail me. Ain't that it?
Exactly.
With a thing coming. Because that's the last thing I'd ever do. And I'm telling you that right now.
And yet, Martin, that's exactly what you're going to do. Lead us right to Butler Pierce.
You must be off your nut. I wouldn't even try to go near him. In fact, I'd do everything I could to throw you off.
I know that, Martin. And yet, in spite of yourself, you're going to help us catch Butler Pierce.
Clerk.
Yes, sir?
Any mail for me today? His name's Martin, James Martin.
Just a minute, I'll see. No, nothing, Mr. Martin.
Thanks. Hello, Martin. You expecting a letter from someone? Who are you? I'll give you one guess. That ought to be enough. Oh, you must be the guy that's following me. One of the guys, Martin. I'm Scubby Wilson. I work with Nick Carter. Ah, glad to see you. You know, I've been getting sort of anxious the last few days to know what you guys look like. Yes, I can understand that. Must have been quite a strain on you, knowing that you were being watched every minute of the day and not knowing who was doing the watching. Yeah, it was sort of getting me down a little. Well, that's what Mr. Carter was figuring on, I guess. Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. A lot of good it's going to do him. You never know, Martin. Hey, I can't figure this thing at all. Oh, you're not supposed to, Martin. No, you just keep on having a good time, that's all. You bet I will. And as for Nick Carter, you can tell him from me, whatever his scheme is, it ain't working, see? How do you know it isn't working? I haven't led you to Pierce yet, have I, pal? No, not yet. But you will. You're nuts, too. You're all nuts. Good night. Good night. Oh, but Martin, knowing Nick Carter as I do, I don't think we're the ones that are nuts.
It's the one sure way of getting on Pierce's trail.
It sure don't seem very positive to me.
You've got plainclothes men and detectives out looking for him, haven't you?
Well, sure. We set out a general alarm just as soon as Pierce got... No.
See what I mean? My way is slow, Riley, but it's sure.
Well, Nick, all I can say is I wish I was as sure of that as you are. If we don't get Pierce this way, they're going to laugh me right out of the department. Using up valuable men and time, just keeping an eye on a scoundrel that should be behind bars this very second.
He will be, Riley. Just as soon as we get Pierce, too. To keep him company.
Police headquarters. Lieutenant Riley speaking. Yeah, he's here. For you, Nick. Yeah.
Thanks, Riley. Hello? Oh, yes, Scubby. Yeah? Oh, you did it. Okay, that's fine, Scubby. Good work. So long, Scotty. Well, Riley, it looks like this is it.
Yeah? What happened? Did Martin finally get in touch with Pierce?
No, Riley. It happened as I expected. The mountain came to Mohammed.
Huh? Who did what?
Unless I'm very much mistaken, Pierce has finally got in touch with Martin.
Oh, is it?
It's me, Jim.
Oh?
Don't you recognize my voice? Hello, Jimmy.
Wow. Who are you?
May I come in?
Look, lady, I'm afraid there's some mistake. You got the wrong party.
There's no mistake, Martin.
Holy Mac, it's you, Pierce.
Yes, it's me.
Gosh, boss, I've seen most of your disguises, but this beats more. You really look like a woman.
Thanks.
Hey, you shouldn't have come here, though, boss. It's dangerous.
Yes, Martin, very dangerous. For you?
What do you mean, boss?
I don't like a squealer, Martin.
A squealer? Me? Hey, you got this all wrong.
Have I?
I never ratted on anyone, boss. I wouldn't start now.
Not even to save your own neck? You were in this thing as deep as I, you know.
Sure, I know that, but whatever gave you the idea I'd rat on you?
What gave me the idea?
Oh, I get it. You mean, why am I out of jail? Well, honest, boss, this wasn't my idea. Carter let me go. You see, he
That's
had
enough, Martin. Think I'm a fool? Let you go, huh? Just like that. Well, I won't be so generous, stool pigeon.
Hey, what are you doing, boss? No, you ain't going to use that gat on me.
Guess again, squealer.
You're making a mistake, boss. Please, you got to listen to me. Let me tell you how it happened.
No, Martin, you listen to me and I'll tell you. Carter didn't have a thing on me. Not a thing, do you understand?
Yeah, sure.
Then he spotted your ugly mug and put two and two together. I didn't think anybody'd recognize that pan of yours anymore, but somehow Carter did. So he had you picked up. And what he got out of you must have been plenty.
I swear to you.
Shut up. Why else would Carter have let you go?
I don't know.
I'll tell you why. Because you spilled the works, Martin. Spilled the works and got your freedom for it.
No, that ain't why they let me go. It was all a scheme they had.
What are you talking about?
Sure, boss. They told me they'd let me go if I steered them to the hideout. But I wouldn't do it. Not me.
No, so they let you out anyway.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, squealer, I've heard enough.
No, boss, no.
Great shooting, Nick. You knocked the gun right out of his hand.
Nick Carter.
Yes, Mr. Butler Pierce. We meet again. You all right, Martin?
Yeah, I guess so, but you didn't get here any too soon.
Oh, so I was right, you rat. You were expecting
Relax, Pierce, relax. Martin wasn't expecting anyone. He played square with you right along.
Yes? And what was he doing on the loose?
Just a temporary arrangement, Pierce. It was a trap we set for you. And you obliged us by walking right into it.
Very clever of you, Carter.
Not at all. You see, Mr. Pierce, I based my plan on the belief that at bottom you were not so clever.
Really? And how do you mean that?
Because instead of doing the really clever thing, getting as far away from here as you possibly could, I felt sure that your personal vanity would lead you to expose yourself to almost any risk in order to get the man you thought had betrayed you. All gangsters react that way.
You can hardly consider me a gangster, Mr. Carter.
At heart, that's exactly what you are. And that's what I counted on.
So you had it all figured out?
Yes. I also counted on your pal Martin doing exactly as he did. After we let him go, he laid low for a while. He was afraid of what we were going to do. But after a few days of that, he got bored doing nothing, just as I figured he would. Bottoms you two did together, and now he wanted to spend some of it. So he stepped out, visited the high spots, stayed at a Vine hotel.
So I heard.
Yes, I knew you would. Matter of fact, I counted on it. You figured we'd let him loose and had paid him well for squealing on you. Well, Pierce, you put two and two together all right, but you got the wrong answer. And the wrong answer you got is going to send you to the electric chair. It's the end of the road for you, Mr. Pierce.
Mr. Carter, I got to take my hat off to you.
Really, Martin? And to what am I indebted for this great honor?
Well, you said I'd lead you to Pierce, and I said I wouldn't. And you made me do it. And you even knew what I was thinking all the time I did it.
Yes, Carter. You're cleverer than I thought you were.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm very happy I can't say the same for you two.
This I believe. Mr. C. Day Lewis is one of Britain's leading poets. After graduating from Oxford, he became a schoolmaster. His lyric works have a gentleness and a clarity rarely found in present-day English poetry. In 1951, he was elected to the chair of poetry at Oxford. But under the pseudonym of Nicholas Blake, he writes detective novels. So successful were these stories that he gave up teaching and now concentrates on his writing. He is distinguished as a reader of poetry and frequently recites for the BBC, often with his actress wife, Jo Balcon. Here now the beliefs of C. Day Lewis.
The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Those two lines of Yeats, for me, sum up the matter as it stands today, when the very currency of belief seems debased. I was brought up in the Christian church. Later, I believed for a while that communism offered the best hope for this world. I acknowledge the need for belief, but I cannot forget how, through the ages, great faiths have been vitiated by fanaticism and dogmatism, by intolerance and cruelty, by the intellectual dishonesty, the folly, the crankiness, or the opportunism of their adherents. Have I no faith at all, then? Faith is the thing at the core of you, the sediment that's left when hopes and illusions are drained away, the thing for which you'll make any sacrifice, because without it you would be nothing, a mere walking shadow. I know what my own core is. I would, in the last resort, sacrifice any human relationship, any way of living, to the search for truth which produces my poems. I know there are heavy odds against any poem I write surviving after my death. I realize that writing poetry may seem the most preposterously useless thing a man can be doing today. Yet it is just at such times of crisis that each man discovers or rediscovers what he values most. My poet's instinct to make something comes out most strongly then, enabling me to use fear, doubt, even despair as creative stimuli. In doing so, I feel my kinship with humanity, with the common man who carries on doing his job till the bomb falls or the sea closes over him, carries on because of his belief, however inarticulate, that this is the best thing he can do. But the poet is luckier than the layman, for his job is always a vocation. Indeed, it's so like a religious vocation that he may feel little need for a religious faith. But because it is always trying to get past the trivial and the transient, or to reveal these as images of the essential and the permanent, poetry is at least a kind of spiritual activity. Men need a religious belief to make sense out of life. I wish I had such a belief myself, but any credo of mine would be honeycombed with confusions and reservations. Yet, when I write a poem, I am trying to make sense out of life. And just now and then, my experience composes and transmutes itself into a poem which tells me something I didn't know I knew. So, for me, the compulsion of poetry is the sign of a belief, not the less real for being unformulated, a belief that men must enjoy life, explore life, enhance life, each as best he can, and that I shall do these things best through the practice of poetry.
That was Mr. C. Day Lewis, one of Britain's leading poets.
Hi, this is Randy Stone. I cover the night beat for the Chicago Star. Stories start in many different ways. This one began with locked doors and shuttered windows and ended in a coffin.
Night Beat, starring Frank
Frank Lovejoy as Randy Stone.
Anyone want a nice, clean job? Here's one that'll take you on a shoe leather tour of Chicago to find a yarn that has to be written before an editor's blood pressure blows a hole in his hat. And that job is mine. Find one man or woman or child with a story to make good reading. 1 out of 3 million. Tonight the score stood Chicago 3 million, Randy Stone 0. And then I went north on Michigan Avenue and turned west on Cermak Road. It was about 11 when I came to Wentworth Avenue and Chinatown. And all of a sudden I was hungry for some of Chinyuk's fried wonton and almond duck. Don't ask me why. So I turned up Wentworth toward Chinyuk's little restaurant. Then I noticed something. Every door was closed, every window was shuttered, and not a soul walked the pavements. I got to Chinyuk's and it was closed. And I knocked on the door. I heard the sound of a car pulling up at the curb. I turned. It was a prowl car. One of the cops got out, walked over to me. His partner stayed in the car, and I got a funny feeling that there was a gun pointed at me.
Hey, you. Come away from that door.
Sure.
That's good enough. Now, face the building.
Hey, what is this?
Face that way. Get your hands away from your sides.
Sure. What's the frisk for? Your suit was bulging. Well, it's a bad fit. You can't get much for $39.50 these days.
Yeah, you're clean.
Well, I never carry a gun, officer.
What's your name?
Look, officer, what is all this?
I asked you a question.
Can I get my wallet?
Yeah. Be careful.
Oh, I certainly will. Here, all you need is in there.
Yeah? Randy Stone, huh?
Yeah, Chicago Star.
What are you doing in Chinatown?
Well, I got hungry.
Huh?
I wanted something to eat, preferably Oriental, so I came here.
Okay, Stone, but take this advice. Settle for a sandwich, preferably Occidental.
What's going on around here? This place is as dead as a morgue.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Now, look, Stone, don't stay here. Get out fast as you can and don't come back.
What's the reason for that?
We don't know. It's like waiting for a bomb to go off.
There's not a soul in sight. Every store, every restaurant, every shop is as tight as a drum.
I'll give $100 to see one Chinese on the street. Just one.
Why'd you frisk me?
We get the word that a lot of hoods are moving in.
To Chinatown?
Yeah.
Why?
I told you, we don't know a thing. Now, take my advice, Stone, and move out fast. Because once things break loose here, they really break.
The prowl car moved off slowly and carefully. I stood there for a minute and I looked around. I got that funny feeling that a million eyes were watching me. Sure, I wanted to leave, but that old curiosity referred to in some circles as a news sense kept me from going. I headed toward the rear of Chinyuk's place through an alley. It was pitch dark in there, and I felt my way along until... I bumped into someone who'd disappeared. I felt the hair on the back of my neck hunting for a spot under my hat. And then I was in front of Chinyuk's back door, and I wanted inside fast. Chinyuk, open up. Chinyuk.
Who is it?
Randy Stone. That you, Eileen?
Please go away, Mr. Stone.
Let me, Eileen. I want to see your father.
Please go away. Please.
Listen, Eileen, I want to see...
My father is not here.
Well, where is he? Where can I find him?
I do not know.
Then let me wait for him.
I must not.
What?
Please go away.
Let him in, Eileen.
Oh, yes, Father.
Thank you.
Lock the door, Eileen. I am honored, Mr. Stone. Please to come in.
Thank you, Chinyuk.
I am sorry. I gave orders to my daughter to admit no one. She was obeying me.
Well, obedience is a virtue, Chinyuk.
In a world of little virtue, yes.
I went to the front door first. The place is locked.
You're an observing man, Mr. Stone.
Sure, all I had to do was try the door. I figured the rest out all by myself.
Just so.
Look, we've known each other a long time, Chinyuk.
5 years, perhaps.
That's right.
I value your friendship.
Well, thank you.
What's going on, Yoke?
The world goes on.
There isn't a soul on the street outside, and everything is locked up. Eiling was scared to death to open the door, and I met a policeman outside.
Perhaps the officer can enlighten you.
No, he didn't know anything.
Knowing when to hold one's tongue is another admirable virtue.
In other words, you're as scared as Eiling.
Man is always afraid. Now leave Chinatown, Randy Stone. And above all, ask no more questions of anyone.
Well, I'm not afraid, Chinyuk. I'm not afraid because I know that no Chinese turns to violence.
That is true. No Chinese would harm you. But what about your own countrymen, Randy Stone?
Well, what about them?
I have said enough. Now go, if you wish to live. Go.
Underneath the old world courtesy, there was terror. Chinyuk wanted to talk, but something stopped him. Chinatown is like that. The Chinese settle their own disputes. Seldom, if ever, do they allow their quarrels to spill over into the world outside their settlement. But this was more than a dispute. It held all of Chinatown. I walked out and away knowing I'd learned nothing. And then a block away from Chinyuk's restaurant, I heard someone was following. I slipped into a doorway and waited. Eileen!
Oh, Mr. Stone,
What are you doing out here?
I want to talk.
All right. Get in this doorway. Now, what's the matter?
I can only take a minute. My father does not know I came out.
How did you manage it?
Through the restaurant.
I see. All right, Eileen, what do you want to talk about?
Help us, Mr. Stone.
Well, if I knew what was going on, I'd have an answer for that.
I will tell you. If this thing happens, many men will die. Not only here, but in New York, in Los Angeles, in San Francisco.
Wait a minute. A Tong War?
In 2 hours, the Tong banners will be brought out, and men who want to live will die.
What's the fight about?
A quarrel between 2 men of rival Tongs.
Well, that's happened before. Things have been cleared up without a war.
But this time there is something else.
What?
White men, evil men. They have...
That is enough, Eileen.
Oh, Father.
Hello, you.
Eileen, go home.
No, Father,
Heidi.
As you will, my father.
You will forget what she has said, Mr. Stone.
Oh, sure, forget it, but... How about you, Chinyuk?
I? What do you mean?
Well, you've seen Tong Wars. They're nice, pleasant little affairs. Hatchet men, the eldest sons of families killed. Why?
You are a white man. We are Chinese.
Yes, I know, yes. East is east and west is west.
Never the twain shall meet.
Which is a polite way of telling me to mind my own business?
Get out of Chinatown.
After one more question.
No more.
Well, here it is anyway. Do you want a Tong War? Well?
Once I had a son to carry on my name. That son is no more, Randy Stone. The hatchet men of the old Tongs saw to that.
Well, then why don't you...
Oh, get out, Randy Stone. Get out, or I shall once again look down upon one whom I love. You, Randy Stone.
Chinyuk turned and left. I watched the shadows swallow him. I heard the door to his restaurant close. It was a sound as final as the last name on the phone directory. The silence in the street was eerie. A waiting, watching silence. I walked to the end of the street, and I looked back. A light rain began to fall, and from somewhere in the back of my head, I recalled a poem. This is the time between life and death, the cold, bleak moment of emptiness after life and before eternity. And then I remembered something else. What the officer had said. What Eileen had told me about white men, evil men. Where did they fit in? Why was Chinyuk afraid to talk? Afraid or wouldn't? For the next 15 minutes I made phone calls, and I got some answers that made more than a little sense. The answers sent me back toward Chinyuk's restaurant. I didn't get there.
Hey, you.
Huh? You talking to me?
Uh-huh. Hold it right there.
Randy Stone?
Why?
No reason, just want to know.
Oh. Okay, I'm Stone. Now, who are you?
That don't make any difference.
Oh, it's nice meeting you so long.
Let's get better acquainted, huh?
Well, sure. Tell me about yourself.
Nothing to tell. Now, if we're going to talk about you, that's different. It's not polite to walk away.
Okay, Buster, let's stop the chit-chat. I'm Randy Stone. You know who I am. Now let's hear from you.
Don't get excited, Stone. Everything's all right.
I never get excited. It builds up my blood pressure.
Nice to hear you got blood. Want to keep it?
Oh, well, now we're getting somewhere.
Not here, but we will.
Meaning?
Let's take a ride.
By invitation?
So far, invitation. I'll even hold the door open for you while you climb in.
Oh, that's nice. If it starts to rain harder, you can put down a cloak for me.
Okay, Elizabeth. Let's go.
Well, where to, Sir Walter?
That's enough, Stone. You just get in the car and we'll take a ride. Come on.
What if I don't?
I'll withdraw the invitation and make it an order. One I can back up.
I see what you mean. Okay, where to?
You'll see when you get there.
I have to be back by midnight. My head changes into a pumpkin.
I like you. You're going to get along fine with the boss.
Oh?
Yeah. Here you are.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. Before we get going.
Yeah.
It all depends on you whether you get back by midnight or get back at all.
You are listening to Night Beat, starring Frank Lovejoy as Randy Stone.
Well, as they say, no two ways about it. My questions had stirred up a little interest outside of Chinatown. I was taken to the north side, to a penthouse, and there I met...
Hello. I'm Luke Farwell, Stone.
I've heard of you.
Good. Read your column in the Star. Good stuff.
Oh, thank you. I read your stuff in the papers, too.
Mine?
Yeah, front page items.
You believe all you read, Stone?
I always have, ever since my first fairy tale.
Here, sit down.
I'd rather stand.
Oh, come on, Stone. We've got to talk. You look uncomfortable standing there.
Well, I will admit I've been more comfortable.
Certainly. Sit down. Now, drink?
No, thank you.
A cigar?
Have I got one coming?
Beg pardon?
Well, cigars, you get them when you hit the bullseye or ring the bell.
Oh, I see. All right, Stone. Maybe you've come close.
Maybe too close, huh?
Nobody gets too close.
Yes, so I've heard.
You don't seem surprised you were brought here.
Well, I asked questions. News got around to you. I expected this, Farwell.
I see. How much does the Star pay you?
Enough?
5,000 a week?
Oh, sure. Sure, but they make the check out for a smaller amount on account of taxes.
Good. Well, here's a week's salary, according to me. 5,000.
Am I worth that?
To forget this story, yes.
Do I have a story?
You do. You ask questions, put two and two together.
Yes, so I did. Want me to tell you what it adds up to?
I'm interested.
Okay, here it is, Farwell. You got your fingers in a lot of rackets. Now you'd like to move in on the Fantan and the Mahjong games in every Chinatown in the country. And so far they've kept you out, right?
Go on.
Yes, I will. And now two Chinese of rival Tongs have quarreled, and the Tongs are ready to fight. It's an affair of honor between them, but to you it's a chance. So you've hired out your hoods and killers, your muscle men, and your dirty...
That's enough.
No, not quite. It's an old story, Farwell. Divide and conquer, play one side against the other, then move in and take over, no matter who gets killed.
And who cares about a few Chinamen?
Well, maybe I do.
Misplaced altruism.
Yeah? Well, there's still almost 2 hours before the deadline, before the killing starts. It's not too late to settle that dispute, to show them what they're doing. Letting you in for minutes so you can stay there for the rest of their life.
Stay out of it, Stone.
Maybe not.
You think your newspaper connection brings you an immunity another person may not enjoy.
I always lived in a dream world.
Exactly. Excuse me. You ring for me, Mr. Powell? Yes, Charlie, I did. Mr. Stone is having a dream. Take him somewhere and wake him up.
You take a roll of nickels in a fist, a piece of rubber hose, and expert hands. No, you don't break any bones. You don't even bring blood. You don't have to. But the one who takes the beating wishes it had been a nice, quick slug from a gun. I woke up somewhere along the lakefront. The rain was coming down in sheets. It felt good. It was clean and it was cool. I got to my feet and the buildings leaned over, closing in on top of me. It's funny. All I could see was Farwell's face smiling. It's in front of me all the way back to Chinatown in the cab. Still in front of me when I knocked again at Shinyok's back door.
Who?
Open up, Eileen. Come on, open up.
Mr. Stone.
Yeah, it's Mr. Stone. Where's your father?
He is here.
All right, will you close that door and lock it?
You are hurt.
Well, I felt better. Hello, Shinyok. I'm back.
Oh, you would not listen to me.
No, I wouldn't, so I got paid off.
Eileen, bring medicine.
Yes, Father.
You did a good job on me, didn't you, Yoke?
I'm sorry. Here, sit down.
Thank you.
You concerned yourself with that which I warned you was better left alone.
Okay, say I told you so I stuck my nose in, and this is what happened.
You were dealing with violent men.
Uh-huh. And so are you, Shinyok. You know who's in back of those hoods hired by one of the Tongs?
I can guess.
It's not a guessing game anymore. It's Farwell.
Yes.
You know?
I know.
Well, then you know what he wants and what he's after. You know that he's got...
The medicine, Father.
Good.
No. Get that stuff away and listen to me.
But your wound...
I know they hurt. Yes, they hurt. I've been worked over by a couple of thugs. I saw Farwell.
You went to him?
Well, he sent for me.
The police?
Tell the police Farwell have a million witnesses to swear he was in Florida an hour ago.
Yes, that is so.
And what if I write my story after the damage is done, Shinyok?
Huh? It will be just a story.
Yeah, and Farwell will have what he wants. Look, Shinyok, how much time is there before the killing starts?
Less than half an hour.
Well, you got time then. You got time to stop it.
Randy Stone, why do you concern yourself with this?
Why? I'm a reporter. Remember the story?
No, there is more. Because of friendship for me?
Well, maybe I just hate men like Farwell.
Yes, of course, but...
But what, Shinyok?
Randy Stone, it will be hard for you to understand. But that which is bringing evil to me and my people is a thing of honor between two men.
Honor? Oh, sure, honor. All right, Shinyok, you better save up a lot of it. Put it in jars and bottles so you'll have some of it to look at after Farwell's got his hooks in. Got him in deep enough to tell all of you how to breathe and when. All right, Shinyok, I've said my piece. Now I'm going to do what you wanted me to do in the first place. I'm getting out of Chinatown. I'm going to stay.
Wait.
Yeah?
When I was a boy, I was told, and I believe, that we Chinese were inventing paper and a compass when your ancestors were savages. Perhaps that is so. But now I find myself learning something from a white man. That all mankind is one.
Well, the lesson is free, Shinyok. Goodbye.
I'm not finished. Eileen.
Father?
Attend Mr. Stone's wounds, see that he is helped, and then bring him to the place of meeting.
Father, you are...
Obey me.
Yes, Father.
What are you talking about, Shinyok?
Honor is not held cheaply, nor is a debt incurred to be forgotten. No, honor is held dear, so dear that before the night is over, one of two men must die.
Before I knew what had happened, Shinyok was gone. Without speaking, Eileen did as her father asked. I knew better than to try to get her to explain. And then she took me through the dark, twisting back ways. Not once did we have to go into the streets. And I kept thinking of what Shinyok had said, that one of two men must die. And I had learned a secret that was dangerous. More than once as Eileen guided me, I thought of getting away and out of this. But how? I was lost in the maze of hallways and strange buildings. And then we came to a door, and Eileen knocked. A Chinese I didn't know opened the door and looked at me hard for a moment, and then spoke to Eileen.
Follow him.
What about you?
I may not go. Please, follow him.
All right. Jim Joa. I know enough Cantonese. He had told me to sit down, and I did. I was in a big room filled with Chinese. They saw me. They looked at me in silence. All those eyes studied me curiously, but with a strange, detached curiosity. Then I saw Chinyuk, dressed in the fashion of old China. He walked to me.
Randy Stone, you will hear first a story. Then you will speak.
Chinyuk.
Listen. Hang on. We will speak in a foreign tongue so that my friend will understand. Randy Stone, a long time ago, two men tied their fortunes together in business. One was Ali. You see him there. The other was Chinyuk.
You?
Ali and Chinyuk were of rival tongues. Yet the strange ways of business forced them together. Ali and Chinyuk had put aside so much money so that each could be buried in China. But now, because of misfortune, there is only enough for one to return to China to be buried among his ancestors.
Then that's what the quarrel is about?
Bitterness came upon these two men. They spoke words of hatred until
they're willing to fight about it and bring on a Tong War?
Honor will not be satisfied unless the tongue that wins is that of Ali or Chinyuk.
I've told you, Chinyuk, neither Tong will win. The only winner will be Farwell. He'll control you through this. First the Fantan and the Mahjong, and then the restaurants. Everything every Chinese does will be dictated by Farwell. I've seen it happen in other places. Why not here?
Yes, but there is a debt we Chinese owe you, Randy Stone.
You don't owe me anything.
You could have given your life.
He wouldn't have killed me.
That you did not know. Ali, will you honor us by coming forward?
I am here, Chinyuk.
Ali, look at this white man who is my friend, who by his actions has become the friend of all of us. There is a debt. What say you, Ali?
There is a debt, Chinyuk.
And what of the payment of the debt, Ali?
What say you, Chinyuk?
I am willing to let fate decide our quarrel.
So say I.
Has everyone heard this, men of the snake and the hawk? It is decided. Bring cakes and wine.
It was like a strange dream. The Chinese of the two tongues waiting. The polite, time-honored ritual. A plate full of rice cakes and a flask of wine. And I guessed one of the cakes was poisoned. Only one. Then silently, Chinyuk and Ali each chose a cake and ate and sipped the wine. And then another cake. In silence, the two Chinese ate until no more cakes were left. And then...
It is finished, Ali.
It is finished, Chinyuk.
Then listen, men of the hawk and men of the snake. It has been decided. I say let there be no violence. Ali?
Let there be no violence.
Chinyuk.
Yes, my friend.
Will this hold? Will everyone go through?
We have pledged our words. There is no more to be said. Ali?
Yes, Chinyuk.
In a few moments, one of us will mount the dragon. Let there be no rancor between us. No bitterness now.
It is written, even the tiger and the deer may drink at the same stream.
So be it.
So be it. So.
He's dead, Chinyuk.
Yes, Ali is dead. Now go, you men of the hawk and the snake. Go and tell those of evil who have come among us that the thing is finished.
Without a word, the Chinese left the room. Chinyuk and I were left alone with Ali. For a moment, Chinyuk looked down, and then silently he led me away, back through the twisting passages, back to his restaurant. And there...
Eileen?
Yes, my father.
Bring tea.
Yes, my father.
Randy.
What, Chinyuk?
The debt is paid.
Yes, the debt is paid. Total for the night, some bruises and one dead man.
Ah, but this is better than many dead men, Randy.
Oh, I know it is. But hey, look, Chinyuk,
Yes, my friend. What is it?
Well, you know how I mean. Lee, well, I'm sorry he had to die, but well, I'm glad it wasn't you.
It is strange what men will do to reach heaven.
Yes, 1,000 different religions in the world, and each tries for one thing. The same goal.
In my religion, it is easier for a man to attain heaven if he rests among his ancestors.
And you, well, Ali is dead and you're left. Well, there's nothing funny.
No, nothing. Except that you still do not understand. You see, even now Ali's body is on its way to China. Ali won. I lost.
East is east and west is west, and never the twain shall meet. But they met tonight in a strange way. Someone once wrote, the best study of mankind is man himself. But where do you start? How do you tie together all the loose ends that different people have hanging around? I guess you begin as Chinyuk said, by remembering that when you get right down to it, all mankind is one. Copy, boy.
Night Beat, a new dramatic series, stars Frank Lovejoy as Randy Stone. Tonight's script was written by Russell Hughes. Night Beat is edited by Larry Marcus and directed by Warren Lewis. Music is by Frank Worth. The part of Chinyuk was played by Ben Wright. Others in tonight's cast were Jack Crucian, Paul DeBuff, Barbara Jean Wong, and Tom Holland. Frank Lovejoy will next be seen in Milton Sperling's production Rock Bottom, released by Warner Brothers. Listen next week at this same time and every week as Randy Stone searches through the city for the strange stories waiting for him in the darkness. The stories that come out of the shadows to find their way into Night Beat. Wednesdays, hear 3 great mystery programs on NBC. Yes, on Wednesdays, hear Mr. District Attorney, The Big Story, and Richard Diamond, Private Detective. You'll hear adventure, intrigue, and action-packed stories on all 3 of these thrilling shows. Richard Diamond each Wednesday fights his way to fame, fortune, and a red-headed girlfriend in 30 minutes of fine entertainment. Mr. District Attorney, the champion of the people, adds to your Wednesday night listening pleasure as he upholds the causes of law and order. And to complete NBC's Wednesday trio of action-packed mystery shows, you'll hear The Big Story, presenting true tales from the front pages of America's newspapers. Be sure to tune for thrill-packed action drama every Wednesday night on NBC.
This I believe. Tonight, we hear from a stubborn man, Mr. C. Jared Ingersoll. Mr. Ingersoll is a man who knows how to run a railroad. He is chairman of the board of a line in Oklahoma and a director of the Pennsylvania Railway. But he is more concerned, really, with the pleasure he derives from doing things for other people. We have discovered, in the course of preparing these broadcasts, that the statement of belief, the reducing of it to words, is not easy. Many people have never attempted it. Belief does not seem to be the result of ease, luxury, or far-ranging opportunities. Often, it is the result of adversity and disappointment, which somehow temper and toughen a man's convictions. This is what Mr. Ingersoll believes.
I feel very presumptuous and uncomfortable about trying to explain out loud the things I believe in. But I do think that all human problems are in some way related to each other, so perhaps if people compare their experiences, they may discover something in common, in hunting the answers. I am a very fortunate man, for I lead a full and what is for me a happy life. I say this even though I happen to have had, in the course of it, a couple of severe personal blows. My first wife collapsed and died one day while she and I were ice skating, after 18 years of a most happy existence together. My only son, a sergeant in the Army Combat Engineers, was killed in Italy in the last war. Nevertheless, these tragedies did not throw me completely, and I have been able to fill my life anew with happiness. I do not mean to sound callous. Those blows hurt me deeply. I guess that basically, important things help me most to recover. One is the fact that I have come to see life as a gamble. The other is a belief in what some people call the hereafter. I try to live fully so that when and if my luck changes, there will be little room for regret or recrimination over time lost or misspent. My belief in the hereafter is wrapped in the intangible but stubborn thoughts of a layman. Very likely I would get lost in trying to describe or defend by cold logic my belief in God, but nobody could argue me out of it. I have come to believe that I owe life as much as it owes me, and I suppose that explains this fine satisfaction I get out of endeavoring to do a job to the best of what ability I have, and out of helping somebody else. As a kid, I used to ride a rake in the hayfields. I got a tremendous kick out of trying to sweep every field clean as a whistle. Here I made a surprising and happy discovery that there could be actual enjoyment in the exercise of thoroughness and responsibility, and that duty didn't have to be a drudge. I don't know exactly why, but I like to do things for other people, not only family responsibilities, work on a hospital board, and various church organizations, but also the most inconsequential things that might hardly seem worth the time. My office happens to be on Independence Square, and now and then I have occasion to direct a tourist to the Liberty Bell or fill him in on a little of the history of Philadelphia. The tourist doesn't seem to mind, and it makes me feel good. I'm afraid I'm not very profound. I have tried to comprehend why something so simple and so sound as the Golden Rule is so often forgotten or held in disrepute. I can only say, and I say this quite selfishly, that I have found it a good investment. It has paid me a very high return, undoubtedly more than I deserve.
That was Mr. C. Jared Ingersoll, who knows a lot about railroads and people. He was telling us what he believes.
Here is another in NBC's great parade of new shows. Now, Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, private detective.
Hello there, this is Diamond. You know, I saw something the other day that's as typical of New York as the Empire State Building. I was walking down 2nd Avenue when I spotted some kids around the fire hydrant. They'd turned it on, and the whole gang was splashing around, keeping cool. They'd done something else, too. They'd found a barrel. And I suddenly remembered when I used to play in the gutter with the same kind of barrel. It's open at both ends, and when it's held over the gushing hydrant, it acts like a big hose, and a lot of passing New Yorkers can end up pretty wet. I stopped and watched, and just like always, one of New York's finest showed up and the kids scattered. He turned off the water and the fun was over. Oh, but not for long. Somebody was sure to give the kids a monkey wrench, and 10 minutes after the cop had disappeared, the street would be flooded again. Yeah, kids can have a lot of fun, even in a big city. But it's unfortunate that every once in a while there's a boy who forgets to have fun and heads for trouble. Like a case I got mixed up in not long ago. It all started in a candy store under the L on 9th Avenue.
I'm just closing up, boys.
We want to talk to you, Pop.
I told you I was closing up.
Come back tomorrow and we can talk then.
Eddie said he wanted to talk to you, Pop. You better listen.
Yeah, what is this? You kids get out of my store. You want to buy something, you come back tomorrow.
You ain't been making enough on your number sales. We come to see why not.
Oh, so that's it. First, they threaten to beat me up unless I sell the numbers. Then they get sore because I ain't selling enough and send young hoodlums to see that I do. Well, you go tell your boss that I'm through selling numbers to poor people who think they can get rich quick. You tell your boss if he don't like it, I'm going to the police. Tell your boss that.
Sure, we'll tell him. He wants us to tell you something.
I don't want to hear nothing from you bunch of no-goods. Now you get out of here.
Oh, no, that ain't nice. Is it, Jim?
No, that ain't nice at all.
I told you to get out. If you don't, I'll call a cop.
You ain't calling anybody, Pop.
Here, what do you do now? You get away. Help, please. No, please, help.
Shut up. Okay, Jim, make him shut up.
Please, I'm an old man.
Yeah, sure you are, Pop, but old guys like you need exercise. Think he's had enough, eh?
Yeah, grab some cigarettes and cigars off the counter.
Yeah, sure. Hey, we better get out of here. Maybe somebody heard him yelling.
Okay, grab me a box of candy, too. I got a date with Nancy tonight.
I'll grab a couple. I got a date, too.
Let's go. Down this alley.
Yeah.
Okay, slow it down. Let's get over to 27th Street.
Okay.
Come on, Mr. Parrish wants to see us.
Right. Hey, Ed.
Yeah?
You want to see your brother today?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's doing all right.
Ain't he scared or nothing? What's the matter, Eddie? Oh. Hey, what did I say, huh?
I told you once not to say nothing about my brother.
I was just asking. I didn't say nothing, hey?
You asked if he was scared, didn't you?
Okay.
Well, he ain't scared. He's a big shot. He wasn't scared of the guy knocked off by the cops or nothing else, see? Not even a hot seat.
Hey, that's the cop.
I spotted us. Come on.
Diamond Detective Agency. We filtered the choke on the way to your throat.
Oh, for Pete's sake, Diamond, aren't you ever serious?
Well, Lieutenant Levinson, what's the matter with you? Did someone swipe one of your ulcers?
Now, stop that. I wouldn't call you unless it was something important.
I know. You're losing Sergeant Otis to Barnum and Bailey.
You stop that.
Ringling Brothers?
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm not. What other sideshow could boast a pointed head with a gray suede face?
Diamond, I have an important message for you, so for the sake of my sour stomach, act like a normal human being for 5 minutes.
That's sure to be a strain, but go ahead.
Bill Garret wants to see you.
Bill Garret?
Yes. Goes to the electric chair tonight at 8 o'clock, and he wants to see you.
Well, he can't sit in my lap.
Now, look, I don't like the type any more than you do. He's going to die, so why the cracks?
The guy he shot had a wife and 2 kids. Maybe you want me to make cracks about them?
All right, but will you see him? It's his last request.
All right, sure.
I'll call the warden and tell him you'll be up.
Now, you be sure and put in the call. If Otis does it, the warden will get so confused they'll turn Garret loose and toast me. Well, in my business, you get a lot of screwy ones. But you never know where they'll lead, so if you've got that nervous, got-to-get-in-trouble feeling, you follow it up. I put in a call to my lovely redhead, Helen Asher, and told her I'd be a little late, but to keep the bottle spinning anyway. Then I took off for Sing Sing. Hello, Garret.
Hello, Simon. I'm glad you got here.
Wouldn't miss it.
Neither would I unless I could help it.
Look, Garret, I'm busy and you're on a tight schedule. Now, what's on your mind?
Well, it's like this, Rick.
The name's Diamond.
Okay. I know you hate guys like me, but I ain't ashamed of what I've done. That's the way I lived. That's the way I'm going to go out.
If you want someone to listen to you feel sorry for yourself, he'll be along in a few minutes before 8.
Maybe I better forget it. You ain't got no use for nothing.
I got use for everything that doesn't include guys like you. There's no middle with me, Garret. It's got to be right or wrong.
And right keeps you out of trouble, huh?
Well, not always. But it helps people to live together.
Okay. I guess you know I got a kid brother.
Yeah.
He's going on 17, and it looks like the family's going to have another guy for you to hate.
What do you want me to do?
He thinks I'm a big shot. I want you to convince him I'm not.
Oh? What's he done?
I don't know, but he's just like I was when I was that age. Tough, wise guy. He wants to be just like me.
Has he been up here to see you?
Yeah, but that don't change his mind. Just makes him madder at the world. I ain't getting soft, see, but he's a great little guy and he's smart. A lot smarter than I was. It's just going to take someone to show him which foot to get off on.
Okay. What's his first name and where can I find him?
His name's Eddie. He's got a club they call the Panthers. You know the kind.
Yeah, with me it was the Brownies.
It's over on 26th Street, and he's got a girl he told me about. Her name's Nancy Hyde. She lives with her aunt over at 37th Street.
Okay, I'll see what happens.
He's tough.
Oh, lots of guys are tough, Garrett. Sometimes if they get a break, they turn out to be so tough, they even get to be All-American.
Hey, I'd like that. I'd like to see the kid get to be All-American.
That might be a little difficult, but you never know. Maybe they've got television down there.
The kids are out here, boss.
Okay, tell them to come in.
Okay, Eddie, go on in.
Thanks, Muscle Man. Hiya, Mr. Parrish.
Hello, Eddie.
We took care of old man Thompson like you said.
Good. You, beat him up bad?
Bad enough.
Yeah, we really waked him over. We got
Shut
some
up,
stuff...
I'll do the talking. What do you think's running this mob anyway?
Okay.
Get a load of that, Bart. We got a big shot.
Yeah.
You run your bunch pretty good, don't you, Eddie?
I run the whole club. The Panthers got 23 members now.
You hear that, Bart? 23 members, and Eddie's the big boss. I like that. I like you, Eddie. You and me and the 23 Panthers is going to go a long way.
Well, that's something I wanted to talk to you about, Mr. Parrish. We're getting awful tired of just beating up guys. We want to start doing something big, like knocking over gas stations or something.
So you want to start doing something big, huh? Like knocking over gas stations, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you got a lot to learn, Eddie.
Well, I've been doing all right, ain't I?
Well, you're going to do a lot better. How would you and the Panthers like to start making some really big cash?
Hey, we'd like that.
Shut up.
Well, what does the boss say?
The boss says great. What do we do?
It's a cinch. Bart, go out in front and see that we ain't disturbed.
Yeah, sure thing, boss.
Bart carries a gun, don't he, Mr. Parrish?
Yeah, Eddie. He carries a big one.
I'm going to carry one someday.
Sure you are. You're going to be a big shot. But you got to learn first. You got to start from the bottom to be a big shot. Now, here's the pitch. You get your gang together and explain that...
We swipe cars, so we swipe cars.
I don't know, Ed. Beating up guys is one thing, but swiping cars is pretty dangerous.
Look, it's a cinch. We go out on the road someplace, and one of us thumbs a ride. When the car stops, we all jump in. Later on, we knock the guy over the skull and take the car.
Oh, stealing cars is a tough rap.
If you get caught, but we don't get caught, see? If we catch a stoop out on the road someplace, it'll take him a long time to get to a phone. We drive the car to Mr. Parrish's warehouse and collect $50. Easy.
I don't know.
You better know. You're in the gang, and that means you're in on it whether you like it or not.
Okay, Ed. You're the boss.
Okay. We pull the first job tonight.
I thought you had a date with Nancy.
Oh, I got a date. I can break it. She does what I tell her.
Yeah, but... Hey, what do you want?
Yeah. This is a private club.
I'm, looking for Eddie Garrett.
Who wants him?
Nobody for a present, but I'm still looking for him.
Well, beat it. You smell like a cop.
You got a good nose. That's pretty close.
Hey, just
Shut up.
We ain't seen any.
Yeah, that's right. We ain't seen him.
Okay, but if you do, tell him I got a message from his brother.
From his brother?
Yeah. Tell him that if you see him.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm Eddie Garrett.
Good for you. Proud of it?
Oh, you're a wise guy, ain't you?
I'll tell you later. Your brother says he thinks you're in trouble, are you?
Trouble? That's a hot one. What made him think that?
He runs around with it. He says you think you're a big shot.
Maybe I do.
Then you're in trouble, Sonny.
Oh, what are you talking to this guy for, Eddie? He talks crazy. Why don't we throw the bum out?
How are you going to do it? Grow 12 feet?
Oh, you're a pretty wise guy, you are. You wouldn't act so wise on the other end of a shiv.
Shut up, Jim. Come on, get out of here.
What about this wise guy, Ed? You want to be left alone with him?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'd still like to work this wise guy over. Hey, what's the idea? You tripped me. Ed, you see that? That's wise guy tripping me.
You're pretty clumsy, Sonny. Now beat it.
No, why
you hate him? Beat it.
You're lucky you didn't pull that knife, Jim. You'd look pretty silly with a broken arm.
Yeah? Okay, wise guy. I'll see you again.
Now tell me what you want, and then you get out of here, too.
Nice clubhouse you got.
It's all right.
It's, 6 o'clock.
So it's 6 o'clock.
Doesn't it bother you? 2 more hours and your brother dies.
So what?
So he doesn't want you to end up the same way.
Don't you worry about me, mister.
Your brother's worried about you. He wants me to help you. How about it?
I don't need no help. You're a copper. Guys like you that sent my brother to the chair.
I'm not a cop, Eddie, but I used to be.
You ain't a cop?
No, but if I was just a plumber and I had the chance to put your brother away for a killing, I'd do it.
Yeah, I thought so. You look like the type. You're still a copper and you're no good. Now go on, get out of here. I don't need no help from a lousy copper. I don't need no help from anybody.
Hey, Eddie. Oh, didn't know you was entertaining.
This guy's just going. Come on in, boy.
Let's go, Eddie.
What do you mean, let's go?
I want to talk to you. We'll go up to my place.
I ain't going nowhere with a lousy copper.
Copper?
Yeah, he's been here preaching to me.
Better leave, Flatfoot.
Come on, Eddie.
No, I ain't going nowhere.
You heard what the kid said.
Now, look.
Yeah?
Well. Guns and everything.
Like it? Goes bang, bang.
Hey, wait a minute, boy. I don't want no killing.
Oh, don't worry, Eddie. I'm just going to put the Flatfoot to sleep. Oh.
Hey, you slugged him with the gun.
Mr. Parrish wants to see you about tonight.
Huh? Okay. He ain't dead, is he?
No. I just tapped him a little one. Come on.
Tap me a little one. That was the biggest understatement of the year. He tapped me so little my head felt like it was in sections. I lay there for a while trying to find the piece that did my thinking, and when I started coming out of it, it was like trying to open a beach umbrella in a 90-mile wind. I didn't know how long I'd been lying there, but when I finally opened my eyes, I saw something that made the beating a welcome relief.
Hey, look, Lieutenant. He's with us again.
Oh, no.
Shut up, Otis. Rick, how do you feel?
I wish I was dead.
Oh, now it can't be that bad.
No? Well, you lie down here and look up at Otis. Makes you want to slash your wrist.
Hey, he's riding me again.
You're all right.
Here, try to sit up.
Without my head?
Oh.
Now,
who beans you?
A guy named Bart Lippert. He didn't know me, but I recognized him.
Small-time muscle man, works for Sam Parrish.
A lovely group. Say, how the devil did you find me?
Well, we certainly weren't looking for you. We came down to pick up Bill Garrett's kid brother.
Pick him up? What for? Your job's homicide.
Yeah, he and another kid beat up an old storekeeper last night. The guy's in pretty serious condition.
Oh, no. How serious, Walt?
Well, the doctors say critical, but he does stand a chance. Hey, now, wait a minute. Where are you going?
What time is it?
7 o'clock. Why?
I got an hour to keep a promise. I hope that storekeeper doesn't die. If he does, Sing Sing will be building their electric chairs in tandem.
In just a moment, we will return to Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. But first, traffic accidents claim a victim on the average of more than one a minute, all day, every day in the year. The difficulty is that people continue to think of the horror of accidents as always happening to someone else. It never occurs to us that we may be killed dashing out to lunch tomorrow. The National Safety Council reports that in almost every motor vehicle accident, there is one or more violations of the law. Speed, drink, and carelessness being the worst offenders. Every motorist and pedestrian is urged to support actively the safety movement in his own community. Be careful. The life you save may be your own. And now back to Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective.
Well, the law was after Eddie Garret, and I'd promised his brother that I'd keep him out of trouble. If the storekeeper died, Eddie was sure to get life. But if he lived, and I could make him give himself up, I'd stand a good chance of helping him. I remembered that Garret had said Eddie had a girl, so I took off to 37th Street in a hurry.
Yes?
Are you Nancy Hyde?
Why?
Well, I'm looking for Eddie.
Oh, well, I haven't seen him.
Huh? You're a little nervous.
Well, no, I'm just a little worried.
About Eddie?
Who are you?
Well, I know his brother. He wanted me to find Eddie.
Oh, his brother. Well, I don't know where Eddie is, and you stay away from him.
You, don't approve of Eddie's brother?
No, and I'm not afraid to say it. Eddie's a good boy, but he worships his big brother, and he thinks he's tough. So you can just go tell his brother that Eddie's not going to turn out like him. Not if I can help it.
Oh, he's not if I can help it either. I am a private detective, Nancy. My name's Diamond.
You said that Eddie's brother wants you to find Eddie.
He does, but he wants to keep Eddie out of trouble as much as you do.
Oh, well, honestly, Mr. Diamond, I don't know where Eddie is.
He called me a little while ago and said that he might be able to come over late.
And he didn't say where he was?
No.
Well, if he does come, try to keep him here, and I'll get in touch with you later on.
All right, Mr. Diamond.
I went down the hall and back down the steps in a hurry. When I reached the street, I stopped and waited for a cab to come along. I took out a cigarette, was just about to light it when I spotted a shadow ducking in behind the doorways and making its way up the street toward me. I slipped back in the building and waited.
Hey, what is this?
Take it easy, Eddie.
Oh, the copper. Let me go.
That storekeeper you beat up may die. I'm taking you down to the station.
What?
That's right. He's in a bad way. Now, come on, let's go.
I might have known it. But you said you wanted to help me. That's a laugh.
This is the only way I can help you.
Oh, sure.
Well, if the law picks you up, you won't stand a chance. You may even get shot.
Well, I'll take my chances.
Not tonight, you won't.
Let me go. Let go of my arm.
Now, look, I don't want to hurt you, so stop kicking.
Yeah, this is swell, this is. Everybody wants to help me. My brother's going to chair, and if that old guy dies, I'm going to prison. Please let me go. I just as soon get shot. I ain't got nothing to live for.
Now, take it easy, kid. The old boy might not die, then we can work something out. What was that?
That's Nancy. That's Nancy. Let me go.
Come on. I turned him loose, and we both went up the stairs 3 at a time. We reached the door, and I got that lousy feeling. The screams had stopped, and from the way she was yelling, it would take a lot to shut her up. Like dying.
It's locked. Nancy. Nancy. She don't answer.
Look out.
She ain't here.
Look in the other room.
Nancy. Nancy, honey. She ain't in here either. Hey, what's the gun for?
Get rid of the window, quick.
What's the matter?
That car driving off down there. You know it?
Oh, why?
Because I saw your girl being pushed in it. I couldn't take a shot because it might have hit her.
They took her down the fire escape.
Yeah. Eddie, who would want to kidnap Nancy?
I don't know.
You're working for Sam Parrish, aren't you?
How did you know that?
I recognized his muscle man just before he put me to sleep.
I ain't saying nothing.
Now, look, you stupid little idiot. Aren't you worried about your girl?
Yeah, sure I'm worried about her. What's that got to do with Mr. Parrish?
Nothing, maybe. But if he heard that the law was looking for you, he might be afraid you'd talk. What were you and your gang doing for Parrish?
I can't tell you.
Okay. Then you're on your own. If the girl gets killed, they'll let you cry about it for the rest of your life and sing. I'm through trying to help you, Eddie. You're too far gone. You're no good.
Wait a minute, Mr. Diamond, please. I'll tell you, I don't want Nancy hurt. Please, I don't know what to do.
Well, first, try to take it easy, and then tell me what you were doing for Sam Parrish.
Well, we used to beat up guys that wouldn't sell enough numbers. Mr. Parrish controls a lot of the numbers racket. We were supposed to start swiping cars. He was going to pay us $50 a car.
Oh, call him.
Call him?
Yeah. Here's the phone. But for Pete's sake, don't let on that you know anything's up.
Okay.
I want you to tell him that you've decided to give yourself up.
Okay. If he's got Nancy, I'll kill him.
You just be sure and tell him that you're going to give yourself up. He'll tell you whether he's got Nancy or not.
Yeah.
Mr. Parrish?
Eddie, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Me and Bart have been looking all over town for you. The cops are after you.
I know. I'm going to give myself up.
You're what?
Yeah, it's better this way. They might go easier on me if I do.
Look, kid, you got to stop talking like that. You're going to be a big shot. You can't go turning yourself into the law.
No, I'm going to do it.
You come down here and talk to me first. Where are you?
It's no good, Mr. Parrish. I'm leaving for the station right now.
Eddie?
Yeah?
You ain't going nowhere unless you want to see your girlfriend scooped out of the East River.
You have got her.
Sure, I got her. So you get on down here. I just left her and she don't look so happy. She's with Bart, and you know Bart.
Oh, you dirty, no good greaseball.
You get out of my office in 20 minutes or I'll call Bart and the little girl dies. Now get down here.
Hello. He's got her, Mr. Diamond. I got to get down there or he'll kill her.
Where's his office?
He don't have Nancy there. He told me she was with Bart. I got to go.
You do and he'll kill you. Then he'll do the same with the girl. You can't take the chance.
What are we going to do? I only got 20 minutes.
Does Parrish have another office or a hideout?
No. Wait a minute. Yes, he does. Sure, the warehouse. He told me about it this afternoon. We were supposed to take our stolen cars there.
Okay. I'll call Lieutenant Levinson and tell him to meet us there.
You think that's where they got Nancy?
I hope so. 20 minutes isn't much time. I put in a call to Walt and briefed him in a hurry. Then Eddie and I took off to the warehouse. It was at the foot of 14th Street, and by the time we got there, we had only 10 minutes left. The building was as dark as a foggy grave and locked tight. We found a window in the basement and finally jimmied our way in.
You all right, Eddie?
Yeah, but I can't see nothing.
Come on. That looks like some stairs.
Maybe we guessed wrong. What was that?
I don't know, but there was a jockey on it. Come on.
Hey, look. There's a light.
Yeah. A little office in the back. Now, you stay here. There might be some shooting.
If Bart's in there with Nancy, I want in on it.
This is no time to argue. Now, back over against the wall.
Gosh, I bumped into some boxes or something.
Oh, shut up.
Look. It's Bart.
Hold still.
Who's there?
What are we going to do? He's got a gun.
Answer him.
Answer him?
Yeah, quick.
Come on. Who's out there?
It's me, Bart, Eddie.
Huh? What are you doing here? We've been looking all over for you.
I'm on the lam. The cops are after me, so I remembered this place.
Well, ain't that nice? The boss been worrying about you. Come on back, Eddie. Got a friend of yours here.
Go on. I'm going to circle him.
Sure, Bart. I'm coming.
Come on over here where I can see you. Yeah. That's it. Okay, kid. Now hold it right there.
Hey, what's the idea?
Well, the boss is afraid you'll do some talking if the cops pick you up, so I got orders to knock you off. Sorry, kid. You know how it is.
Drop it, Bart.
Hey,
he
wait.
said drop it!
Oh, you lurch.
Duck, Eddie.
You got him.
Yeah, thanks for the assist. Let's see if the girl's in the office.
Yeah, they got a gag in her mouth. Nancy. Oh, she's okay. There. Oh, Nancy, honey.
Oh,
Here, I'll get those ropes off you.
Man, I'm in some pretty bad trouble, but I swear if I get out of it, I'll go
Oh,
straight.
you'll be all right, Eddie. I know you will.
Oh, ain't that cozy?
Look out, Eddie.
Hold it right where you are.
Well, things are really getting crowded.
That's Parrish, Mr. Diamond.
I guess.
You shoot pretty good, Diamond. I saw you get Bart. I guess I'm going to have to pay you back for that.
The law's on its way.
So they find a more.
Eddie.
Don't shoot Nancy, please. Shoot me, but don't shoot Nancy.
Here they come, Parrish.
You seem pretty anxious, mister, so I'll let you have it first.
No, you can't.
Look out, Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
You slob, Parrish.
Oh, Eddie. Eddie, he's hurt, Mr. Diamond.
Don't Parrish, but his is permanent. Eddie, where you hit?
I think in the stomach.
We'll get you to a hospital quick. You saved my scalp when you jumped in front of me. Thanks.
How about Parrish?
I paid him in full.
What time is it?
8:35, Eddie.
Oh. Funny, I don't feel so bad about my brother now that it's over. He'd probably be sore about me helping a cop. But, you know, I don't mind. Especially when it's a nice guy like you.
Well, Walt busted in. They got Eddie to the hospital. Otis tripped over a pipe and broke his big toe, so they had to throw him in the wagon along with Eddie and his girl. Eddie recovered all right, so did the storekeeper. He helped beat up. The kids all got 2 years, sentence suspended, because my lovely redhead, Helen Asher, convinced the judge that the boys would become much better citizens if they worked out their 2 years on her farm upstate, milking the cows. Before Eddie left for the farm, Helen had him over to the house, and he brought his girlfriend.
Well, we gotta be going, Mr. Diamond. I gotta catch a train. Thanks for the swell dinner, Miss Asher.
It was my pleasure, Eddie.
It was wonderful. Oh, Mr. Diamond.
Yes, Nancy?
Miss Asher was telling me that you sing.
Oh, Miss Asher is sometimes afflicted with an extreme case of blabitis.
Rick.
Hey, I'd like to hear you sing something before I take off. Would you, Mr. Diamond?
Certainly you would.
Do you want it after I tear out your pretty tongue with the lungs, or before, you dear, sweet little girl?
Now, you mustn't talk that way in front of guests, Rick. They'll think we're married.
Oh, he's not as tough as he sounds. Now, come on, Mr. Diamond, give.
Yeah, I'll give you a hit in the head.
Helen, after Eddie hears me, he may realize that crime does pay. It's on your pretty head.
Just sing. Stop making like a prima donna.
What do you want to hear?
Oh, something romantic.
Oh, bless your little pointed head. You kids go sit on the sofa.
Okay.
Come on.
Where are you now that I need you? Now that I want you so badly, I cry. Where are you
Where did fate lead you? Funny how I dreamed you'd still be standing by.
The pretty one.
I had you at my beck and call. I called you any time at all. I guess I took you too much for granted. I never thought I'd lie, awake and sigh. Where are you? Now that I need you, now that I love you so madly, I could die.
Oh, how was that, kid?
Rick, look.
Well, how do you like that? They're stealing our stuff. Come on, Eddie, break it up now. You got to catch a train. Eddie. Nancy. Oh, my goodness.
You have just heard Richard Diamond, Private Detective, starring Dick Powell. Helen was played by Virginia Gregg, Lieutenant Levinson by Ed Begley. Also in our cast were Wilms Herbert, Sheldon Leonard, William Tracy, Mary Shipp, Sidney Miller, and Bill Conrad. Music was under the direction of Frank Worth. Richard Diamond is written by Blake Edwards and directed by Richard Sandville. And now, Dick Powell.
Friends, I want to remind you of the wonderful group of programs NBC has on tap for tomorrow afternoon and evening. Shows like Hollywood Calling, Guy Lombardo, Four-Star Playhouse, The Ethel Merman Show, and the NBC Symphony. For the best in radio listening tomorrow and always, keep your dial turned to your favorite NBC station.
Dick Powell soon will be seen in the screen version of the best-selling novel, Mrs. Mike. Now, this is Eddie King, inviting you to be with us again at the same time next week, when we will again bring you Dick Powell as Richard Diamond, Private Detective. This program has come to you from Hollywood. This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.